There we go. We got it now. There we go. All right. Okay. All right. What up, cat? What up? Bam. This work. Yep, work. Bam. Okay. What's up, ND? What up, Alicia? Jeez. Not even been a minute yet, and we got all you guys in there. Nice. Nice. Hit the thumbs up button, please. I'm gonna call. Okay, that's fine. Okay, freaking Clementine. An overdose of vitamin B12 is considered unlikely for most people because it is a water soluble vitamin that the body flushes out through the urine, and it's hard for the body to absorb excessive amounts from supplements. Take 3 of them sons of bitches, put them under your tongue now. Allegedly. Hi, Clem. Hi, Alicia. Hi, husband. I love this community. You want to show your big bald head, ND? You look good, dude. I would if I was you. It's up to you. Anyway, so B12 absorption sublingual versus intrastomach. Messed that wrong. Okay. Sublingual B12 bypasses the stomach absorption issues by entering the bloodstream directly through the mouth's blood vessels, making it great for low stomach acid or pernicious anemia, while oral in stomach absorption heavily relies on intrinsic factor, which limits absorption to less than 10%, but can work for general needs. So, right, so basically, if you put one under your tongue or swallow 10, you'll get the same amount in your blood, in your body. Okay. Okay. There you go. All right. All right. I got a bald head. Sure. Okay. All right. Let's show you off. Freaking handsome ass. I hate freaking handsome people. Shit pisses me off. What am I looking for? ND. Bam. Dun 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 dun. Freaking eyes, dude. All right. Oops. There we go. Let's go back. Oops. Hold on. Discord. There's the man. Oop. There's the man. Get over there. Wrong. There we go. Let me take this off. Oops. Oh, there we go. Let me see if I can do it. Oh, damn, it's not gonna work. I'm such an idiot. Okay, looking good, brother. Looking good. Let's see facial hair check. Man, you do got a nice goatee. Freaking nice. You got nice eyebrows too. Look at my shitty ass eyebrows. Yours are all freaking. Do you pluck your eyebrows? I think you're using eyebrow pencil. And it looks. I don't like you anymore. Fuck you. You make me feel doing the duck lift. Trying to motivate Richard. Stop glazing me. I'm Arveg. I'm Avareg F. If that's the way you see yourself, brother. If that's the way you see yourself. Okay, let's look. Let's look here. The average man. Okay. I'm just gonna show some supermodels. All right. So this is the average man. All right. Where the hell am I at? Oh, right here. Okay. Yeah, you're better looking than the average man. Average man. Average man, handsome man. Average Joe making a good face. All right, leave lamb out of this. How come average? Because they are the average weight and height of a man in America is excess. I mean that. Sorry, man, that's average. So that's coming down severely now because of a GLP-1 and exercise and change of dynamics. Um, Average males weight America 19 to 24. Okay, so the average weight is 188 pounds for somebody that's 5'8" to 5'9". So 5'8", 100. So the BMI for that is supposed to be between 128 and 162 pounds for 5'9". But men typically the overall weight for men is 199.8 pounds. So that's of all ages. And there's a big thing too. Yeah. Lee, what did I miss? No, absolutely not. No, it's not reliable, but it's a number to talk about, right? It gives us a point to say before this and after this, but yeah, sure, absolutely not. And that doesn't take into fact into like muscle weighing more than fat and stuff like that. That's all not. But for the average conversation, but people feel if they're on one side or the other, they feel it's like, well, average is better than below average. Agreed. For most things, like penis length, you don't want to be below average. I'm so stupid. Leave lamb out of this. Sorry, I just had to pull that up that way. No, nowhere near this. Average man's weight 1980. 160 to 170 pounds in the 80s. In the 1960s, it was 166. In the 1980s, it went up to 181. 181. So starting in the 1980s, that's where the obesity trend happened in America, and that's all because processed foods became the especially the big problem is statistics, right? So if there's somebody that weighs 500 pounds, then they offset the scale for 8 people that weigh 120 pounds. It'll push them up to the median average, probably more than 8 people. So, because if what's really interesting, is this. If you've ever seen like an 800-pound person's X-ray, the term big boned. Let's see, and I know this pisses people off sometimes, but obese X-rays. This right here, 700-pound man. Oops, there's Cutie Pie again. Cutie patootie. Oops, damn it. I gotta freaking change this. So that's an 800-pound man's X-ray, and so like it's true. 700-pound man, then panning the is wild. I was gonna have a curry. I have a curvy and athletic frame, so BMI. Right, and that's the thing. So it's the way we see ourselves, or the way others see ourselves, or the way medicine sees ourselves. It's all bullshit. When you go to the doctor, they whether you believe it or not, they want a customer. So they can say to you, "Oh, you're athletic and everything's great," but if they want a weight loss customer, they can start saying, "Well, according to the BMI, you're a little big, so let's try to bring you down some." So it all depends how they want to sell it to you. And whether you believe it or not, too many people have gone to school. Stupid people, scammers, and wackadoos have been able to get into school, and now a lot of them are doctors. So you can't listen to a doctor directly. You've got to take what he says, then go do your own research, especially when it comes to like Clementine here. She's B12 deficient as fuck. It's causing her issues. And if she goes to the doctor, they're not going to. I mean, in America, if she went to the doctor, they wouldn't give her B12. They would say, oh, you have a headache? Here, take this for a headache. Oh, you have a stomach ache or whatever, take this for a stomach. And they would give you things for the symptoms, but they wouldn't give you the thing to cure it. That wouldn't be until you go into the emergency room because they get because now you're at the end of that. Now they're at that you'll die if you don't have it. So the emergency room will look very quickly at your blood work because you're unconscious. They can't talk you into something, and they'll be like, okay, that's low in B12. Let's get a B12 in them. In her, right? Um, I understand that, cat. I have a broad frame myself, so my numbers are actually higher. What my body actually looks like. Two people can have the exact same height and weight. Sure, absolutely. Sure, absolutely. I'm gonna have a curry, curry, like I have a really wide hip. Sure, and that's like that's definitely a different thing. The thing is, it's not skeletal for men. For women, women's hips change when they get to like with hormones throughout their cycle. For when they get to baby rabies area, like their hips widen and stuff like that, and they widen more during delivery. So yeah, that absolutely. But the size of the bones don't change once you hit adulthood. It's the shape. It's how the bones move. That's why you can say shapely. I hope I won't take your fucking. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Clementine, I can only give you information to look up on your own. B12 is sublingual B12 isn't like stomach pill B12s. So when they have B12 for your stomach, they're pills that are compressed very tightly, so they're more dense than bone, so that they don't get destroyed by the stomach acid. They'll dissolve by the stomach acid a little bit, and then they'll get into your intestines where it'll absorb. But the sublingual ones will absorb quickly, and you could feel better in like a half of an hour if you just jam three of them under your tongue. Theoretically, I'm 5'4", 123 pounds. You need to lose weight, fat ass. Yeah, no, 5'4". That's like a so. It said for 5'9", a guy should weigh. And now look. I was 138 pounds from high school until I was almost 40 years old. I didn't break 150 pounds in my life until my 40s, and now I'm 165, and I'm 6'3" 3.5". But if I stand up, I'm 6'4". Whatever. If you want to talk about medicine, do you do you need a video editor, brother? Brother, you came to the right place. I don't need a video editor, but my buddy Hassan, who lives right up the street, he has hours and hours. He builds race cars and hot rods and like old Porsches and Ferraris and stuff, and he's got hours of footage, and he's looking for somebody. So if you're, I mean, I can put you two in connection if you're interested. Sorry, I missed it. I didn't know how far long is that, but yeah, absolutely. I have a buddy right now. I don't have enough footage. I only film what I put up. Can you join the Discord, Kapil? I'm guessing it's Kapil. Kapil. Um, join the Discord if you can, and you guys can connect on there. That way you can go back and forth. My email is 110th grade at gmail.com. You can go to my channel and my contacts there. That's fine. That's fine. Here, there you go. That's my email, and I'll connect it to you. You'll probably have to use WhatsApp or whatever, and unless where are you located? Uh, I don't care where you're located, like what time zone, so I know the hour differences. No, Alicia, I really feel I do. Yeah, I really. If you're feeling good health, right. Okay, yeah, that's so it's like 7 p.m. for you, 6 p.m. something like that. India. Right. Yes, I do recall that. Okay. Wow. 9. Okay. Wow. Yeah. No big deal. Right. Send me an email. I'll be in communicate. It's only 11:15 a.m. It's not even noon here I'm in the East Coast of America in Georgia. He'll be contacting me in a few hours, and I'll show you a video of him. My buddy Hassan. He's one of you brown skins. All right. I mean, yeah, he loves you guys. Anyway, he's from over there. He lives here now, obviously, because he lives right down the street from me. Brown skins have such a. All right, let's see.
So what's going on here, son?
Let's do this.
So what's going on here, son?
You're fixing a water heater.
Looks like it's got diarrhea.
Yeah, it's gonna shit itself.
So what's going on here, son?
You're fixing a water heater.
Wider water
Looks like
here.
it's got diarrhea.
Yeah. So he's got a lot of footage, and he wants to get back online. He used to do a bunch of TikTok stuff. He had like 10,000 TikTok followers and stuff, but he got out of it. Just I don't remember why, but he said he stopped because life got in the way or whatever. So now he's back doing this, and he's got all this footage. So he wants shorts cut out of the video and stuff. So if you're into it, Kapil, I'll let him know. Absolutely. What's up, Throw? Take me home tonight. I don't wanna let you go till you see the light. Is that me? No, that's my friend. What are we talking about? I don't know. Yeah, it's 11:17, Scott. Happy breakfast. Yeah, yeah, it's 11. It's quarter after 11 in the morning. Sure, no problem, brother. No, no problem. You're doing the right thing, marketing yourself. Listen, nobody knows you're available unless you let them know you're available. So that's good. And it's not like he's got to convince somebody to you already want to do it. So yeah, like and it I don't even have a girlfriend, let alone a son. Hey, you got 69 subscribers in the last 30. Oh, good, way to go. You got the 69 subscribers. That's good. He was caught lacking last night, so he's trying to make up for it. Yeah, I fell asleep. So, I have a ice cream maker now. So I made a bunch of ice cream, and I fell asleep eating it last night, like a freaking 69. Okay, let's go back here. And I think if we talk about the whole problem is most people they argue over fat as a looks thing, but the big thing is when I was growing up, we were taught that fat is an organ, like any other organ, like the heart, liver, kidneys. Fat is an organ, and fat like the pancreas has produces hormones and stuff like insulin and whatnot. Well, fat produces hormones and stuff like that too. The larger you make that like your muscles or organs, you can make the muscles bigger by working out. Fat you can make bigger too, and then that means it's gonna make more. It's going to make more of these hormones. But if you are active, the problem with having excess fat isn't having excess fat. It's not being active. People that have excess fat from not being active. So if you're active in fat, it's not a big deal. I knew that, Richard. Because you're a freaking nurse, aren't you? So I'm getting close to 100 subs. You'll get there, brother. Just keep on trying. I'd rather have a little more than. I tell you what. I tell you what. I tell you what. More cushion for the pushing. Right, exactly. I tell you what. Me too. I have been so. If I had an extra 20 pounds of fat, I'd be happy with it. And not. I don't give a shit what I look like. I don't work out. Like I don't sculpt myself. I don't get my hair cut to look good. My hair just grows. This is the way it grows. Like I don't get it layered and yada yada. And I'm not saying any of that's bad. I'm just saying I don't care. I would rather be comfortable. I would rather become, especially in. I'm from Maryland, so it got cold as dog testicles in Maryland, and I would have preferred to have more fat just for comfort. I get cold so quick. If I'm in a house and it's 80 degrees in the house or whatever you want to say it is, 78, 72, and then you go outside and it's 30 degrees, one quick breeze and my whole body is cold because I don't have any fat to retain that heat. I would have preferred to have more fat. And unfortunately I don't. Okay, all right. Capillo, okay, gotcha. Video editor. All right, brother, I got you. I got it. Smoke more, Mary Jane. That's that's what I'm saying. So being active. That's not a problem. It's not a problem. Also, I'm 177, 90 kilograms. That's 180 pounds almost. Am I healthy or not? 177 centimeters. 177 centimeters, 90 kilograms, BMI. Oh, 177. I put 77, so that would be 2 feet tall. So 5'9", weighing 198. So your average, the average in America for 5'9" is 199 pounds. So you would be considered average weight. I'm taller and weigh less, and I wish I weighed more. I poop a lot. That's my problem. I poop a lot. I'm a 3-time-a-dayer. Oh, that's okay. I didn't see it, brother. No, it's all right. I work out for volleyball in the academy, but I do keep in shape right now rather than. And listen, I think a big thing, especially when you look into like changes between testosterone and estrogen, especially in your mid 20s, like you're approaching 25, right? And so historically, that's when women would be having babies, and you live in fucking Canada. It's cold as shit up there. That's okay, brother. No, yeah, I'm just saying the average here. The average here is that, and that's what you are. So I would, if we're talking about the whole Earth, I would say that that's as close to healthy as you can get. Now, if you were 5'3" and weighed that, then your frame. So if you talk about body weight mechanically, like if you were to build a truck or a robot and you needed to put certain ball bearings in the knees and the joints and stuff like that, you want to use beefier joints for heavier motors and heavier batteries and whatnot. So for the average human, that's good, especially because if you come into times of famine, you can go like 5 days without eating anything, and yeah, you'll lose like 20 pounds, but you won't be dead. Oh, sorry. Let me get back here. Alicia. I don't want to let you go till you see the.
I love you to the.
I can't play it. I can't play Nat Geo, Alicia. Sorry. I think I already told you. I got a copyright strike. Like an actual strike, not a warning. So that'll be there for 90 days. So I can't play. And I wonder if there's a best way to do that. All right. My apologies. I appreciate you looking for the stuff. And it sucks that that I can't.
Poke a small hole into the top of an egg and pour it out. Then rinse the shell out. Once dried, fill the hollowed egg with a mix of ground pepper and flour.
Oh,
Take
no.
2 strips of tape and cross them over the hole,
Smoke
keeping
a
the powder
powder
trapped
bomb?
inside. Now, since the shell is so fragile, it'll shatter instantly when thrown against
That's
an
awesome.
intruder, causing a cloud of powder to sting the intruder's eye. Poke a small hole into the top.
We used to make these things called flour bombs, where you take two squares of paper towels and you lay them on top of each other. So you're doubling it up. You wet them, then squeeze the excess water out. Then you lay it out. Then you put flour in the middle, fold up the paper towels with a twist tie. So then when you throw them, the flour in the middle stays dry. A little bit of the flour gets wet, but the flour in the middle stays dry. So when it hits, it goes poof. It makes a big. We used to call them smoke bombs. They're not smoke. 3 times a day is hilarious. I work out with my right hand. How about 5'4", 123? Average height for a 5'4" female. Average height. I can't even talk properly. Yeah. 170. Oh, sorry. 108 to 132 for 5'4". So yeah, you're right. You're right in line. You can still eat an extra couple slices of pie for Christmas and be fine. That's crazy though for 5'7" for a female. Yeah, that seems a little wackadoodle. So you can either grow 5 more inches or gain 20 more pounds and you'll be fine. Or no, 10 more pounds. That's so crazy. But this stuff, like I say, everything is marketing. If they can make you feel bad about your weight, and then you can be like, oh no, I'm supposed to be 10 pounds lighter, so let me buy their product. That's what's a big problem with these things. You have to know. People know if they're healthy or not. Drug addicts know if they're drug addicts. They know if they're freaking doing too much coke or heroin or freaking fentanyl or fucking whatever. They know it. If you're eating too much bullshit, you know it. You know if you're unhealthy. You know when you wake up in the morning, if you need help to get out of bed by calling the fire department, you've taken your love of junk food too far. Whatever. It's what the world's a depressing place, and people use food and drugs, and I absolutely have previously in my life to be happy or less unhappy. So it's just the way it is, and the problem is less shitty food is more expensive until now. Now that there is a obesity problem in America, now healthy food is way more expensive because now it's basically like they gave you the drugs for free until you got addicted, and then they started charging you more for it. So cheap food used to get people into problems, and then now it's like, oh, now you got to pay 10 times the amount for. Yeah, bell end. What's up, Lamb? Man, are you knowledgeable for real? I've been studying everything. I love learning on my own. I hate being taught in an institution. I absolutely hate it. I need to walk around and be physical while I'm learning. Like it's hard for me to say so. Like when I'm in school, I couldn't stay still. I had to be moving. So now when I'm streaming from my phone and stuff, I'm pacing the whole time. When I'm reading, I'm paced the whole time. Like right now, my legs are going just while I do this. But yeah, I try my best. That's taking the piss. Can we appeal? What did I miss? Hold on. Crap. All the extra weight goes to the bum. I got a beer belly. Hey, dude, look. My parents have been married for 56 years. My dad's got a beer belly, and my mom still pats him on his belly and rubs it like he's Santa Claus and still goes, kisses him, and they've been married for 56 years. They've been married since they were 19. I don't want to hear the bullshit about if you can't. I don't want to hear the bullshit. It don't matter. It don't matter. If no matter what, if you're hot and you act like it, you're typically a bitch. If you're hot and humble, you'll have a good life. Got man or woman, plain and simple. Throw away. It's a big back. What did he say? Space. What did I miss? Oh, say space. Space. So space is also space. Why do women want a big muscular guy? Dude, hey, there's a whole lot of, and this is the thing also. I think women of today that aren't modern women, there's a big problem with like the term progressive and modern. Like the Democrats call themselves progressives, but they're regressing. So that's a marketing term. They want to go back. I want people to pick my strawberries. That's slavery. Well, we'll still pay them. Yeah, but you're not paying them. You want the government to pay them. So you want them to work for you for free. That's slavery still. Same thing they've always been for. So they call themselves progressive, like they'll drive the country out of the bullshit, but they're taking it back to the time when they were most rich. I'm a big back then in space. Hold on, I'm confused. Right, so the people that we call modern women are typically just assholes of the women variety, and then you have modern men who are assholes of the men variety. So you have it splits it on. Men are men and women are women. You have classes of each that if they think they're better than you, man or woman, they're typically assholes. And the thing is, people change throughout life. The thing about being in a relationship with somebody, they know you're not going to stay the same way as when you met them, but your personality is good enough that if your personality is good enough, the personality will adjust to the environment. Your wife's going to get fat when she gets pregnant, and she's going to, have babies, and wackadoodle things are going to happen. The point is, you love her because you decided that you're going to love her no matter what, and she brought your kids into the world. So the stretch marks and whatever aren't ugly to someone that you've had a baby with. They are like tattoos saying, I had your child. We made a baby together. People are just wackadoodle. No comprende. We all space, that means we all big back. Hey, dude. I got a small. I'm Mexican. I'm not. I'm freaking straight up. I'm a mutt. My parents' have come from all over the world because it's funny. But yeah, it's big back Mexicans, space Mexican. Hold on, that's fine. Space Mexicans. Somebody had to do some art. No way. We got space Mexicans. Wow. Dude, I love space Mexicans. Definitely not high. That's rude. That's rude. Ochoa, Ochoa. Rodolfo Nira Vela, the Mexican astronaut history forgot. Racism. Wackadoodle. I'm proudly a big back for a Chipotle burrito. I'm definitely not high. Definitely not high. I'm definitely not high right now. Totally not high. Where'd it go? Oh, no, I'm wrong way. Sorry. Huh? What? That's weird. Oh, hold on. What? What's going on here? Oh, okay. It won't show it. I see. I'm not high enough for this shit. I thought it said shirt for a second. Never mind. No, I'm not. I just woke up a little bit ago. ND is secretly a big back. I need that high fat hi hat. I need that hi hat so everybody knows I'm pop capping. Pop capping? Big back beats. Big back beats. That's a pretty good company name. Totes capping. Big back means you got a big ass. Big back babies. Oh, I said okay, never mind. I'm not really babies. There you go. Big backs. There you go. That's a big back babe. Big back. That's big upper back. Hot big back girl aunties on Facebook group. A Facebook group called Hot Big Back Girl Aunties. No way. Big Butt Magazine. That's so crazy. All right, we're not going to keep going through this. I'm making myself fired. Okay. All right, let's see here. I'm secretly a big back. I'm not secretly a big back. What's a big back? You. Oh, I freaking love these people. Oops. Oh, dang it. There we go. Take it. And I don't know if Clementine realized what the name of the live was today and why. So I named it Take It, and then I made it the molecule map of vitamin B12. Those are small. Check the Nigerian ones. So we used to say big booty Trudy. My sister used to say that.
I want to speak to your manager now. You better back up, big back muffin top, lopsided Oompa Loompa. Get out, or I'll send you to see Jesus.
I can't get in the back door. It won't open.
I've been trying to get in the back door for years. Now you know how I feel.
This homemade pie, a taste of sunshine.
That pie looks store-bought to me.
Death is seeking you at the nursing home. Everyone should love their nature self and never change it.
So much for nature. Look at her hair.
Hasn't your husband already died? You're next and you're gonna burn in hell, you old hag. My natural curls look so good.
Ain't nothing about you natural, honey.
Be quiet because I will naturally unplug you, boo-boo. This hair slaps.
Back in my day, women didn't need all that.
Back in your day, dinosaurs were alive. You're expired, Grandpa. Don't be mad. I still got edges and you don't even have a hairline. I want to speak to you.
It's just fucking crazy. I still got edges and you don't even have a hairline. AI gives people the ability to be as wackadoodle as they want without saying, I didn't make it. AI made it. Yeah, what did your prompt say? Exactly.
And there we go. A happy little gesture.
A happy
Just
little
for all you
gesture.
TikTok fuckers out there.
For those TikTok fuckers out there.
And there we go. A happy little gesture. Just for all you TikTok fuckers out there.
As she cries, her tears fall down into the tube and are dropped into the gun. When she turns the valve,
Freezes
a CO2 canister releases gas, freezing the tears into tiny balls of ice. And when
Brilliant.
the trigger is pulled, a spring would shoot the tear bullets like an actual gun. You see, a while back, she had a stressful meeting with her mentor, and she burst out crying. And she was so upset that she wished she could shoot him with her tears. So she designed this tear gun.
So why wouldn't the CO2 just freeze it and shoot it? Why would you need the spring mechanism to propel the tears? Why wouldn't the CO2 just do both? The CO2 could freeze it and shoot it, just like a normal CO2 gun does to
And when it was finished, the mentor agreed to let her shoot him. As she cried,
That's freaking crazy. You guys are funny. Yeah, we try our best.
As she cries,
same
her
thing.
tears fall down
so hold
into the
on.
tube and are dropped into the gun. When she turns the valve, a CO2 canister releases gas, freezing the tears into tiny balls of
Okay, so the CO2 doesn't enter the chamber. The CO2 just hits the bottom of the receiver and freezes it. Okay. But it could do both. It could do both. If you pulled the trigger halfway, do you remember cameras like SLRs? You would hold the shutter release button halfway to autofocus, then all the way to take the picture. You could do the same thing, halfway to freeze the tears, and then all the way for the CO2 to go into a different. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. You guys are funny. Is this the same thing? No. One.
Street thugs would intentionally sharpen the edges of coins before going out to street fights in New
Brilliant.
York. You see, if a sharpened coin was held between the fingers, a punch could cause deep bleeding wounds. And because the enemies could rarely see the coins hidden in the fists, it made them question what had happened to their face. Street thugs would intentionally sharpen the edges of coins before going out.
So my mom used to tell me about girls that would hold razor blades between their fingers and then slap each other. So like during like the 70s, late 60s, early 70s, there's a lot of street women that would have slices on their face because of they would hold a razor blade, pinch it between their fingers. So and when just a slap would slice the face up. Let me see if we can find any real quick. Let me do the other one real quick, see if I can remember. Hey. Crackhead cut your garden for.
Hello?
Hiya, love. I'm sorry to disturb you. It's all right. I'm in the area looking for work here so I can feed me babies, yeah?
Let's feed
Do
my
you
babies.
want your front garden neatening up and tidying up and everything, picking up and bagging for £2.80, honey?
Jesus Chrysler. We call that a Mars bar? Oh, yeah? A Mars scar. Let's see. Oh, let me close some of this stuff down here. Dang it. Dang it again. Dang it again. Come on and take another little piece of my heart now, baby. Mars scar. Mars scar? Mars scar. Yes, weird video for £2.80. Oh, damn it. I'm still recording. Mars scar. Oh, there actually are Mars scars. A Mars scar the size of the United States. Oops. Just wanted to see if there's any women who used to slap other women with razor blades between their fingers. Oh, this is just woman slap. It's probably not going to show the violence. Yeah. I mean, consider that's Mars bar. Mars bar equals scar. A Mars bar scar. Oh, yep. Sure enough. Wow. 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 Wow, there's only 2 freaking pictures. Oh, then what's his face from You Killed My Father. Prepared to Die. Wow. Cockney. What's up, dude? I have the videos of me and my friends preparing to raid your Discord. Cockney slang.
Let's paint one of Bob's stupid happy little fucking trees.
What the fuck? What you do to my painting, you dumb motherfucker? God damn it, I'm gonna drive your fucking trolley all the way up your land of make-believe, motherfucker. This ain't one of
Jesus.
Bob's stupid happy little fucking trees. What the fuck? What you do to my painting, you dumb motherfucker? God damn it, I'm gonna drive your fucking trolley all the way up your land of make-believe, motherfucker.
Land of make believe, mother.
Heck.
Son of a.
Heck.
You piece of.
Heck.
You know you got it if it makes you feel good. Jesus. Let's see.
Heck.
Let's
Heck.
see. You know you got it and it makes you feel good. I'm Uriah. Hey, Uriah. Oh, I got to see. Oh, Jesus Chrysler. Not again. Let's see. Report. FBI. Pornography, sexually explicit material. All right. Hide user from my channel. Okay. All right. Kids. Let's see. Let's see. You know you got it if it makes you feel good. I would be too. Kit Kat the Big Bag. Is this the same one? Let me see.
I like to season the meat very well.
That ain't seasoned at all, and you know it.
Go back to your Kool-Aid and fried chicken, you dirty moon cricket.
Who's a good boy?
Jesus.
You are. Yes, you are.
Mildred, what is that?
Surprise! I got us a corgi.
I said I wanted an orgy, Mildred.
Hola.
I said I wanted an
Do you want
orgy.
ice with that?
Ice. Run, mi amigos. Ice is coming. Andale.
Jeez.
I'll take the Wagyu steak with a side of shrimp and a margarita.
Perfect. The fried chicken, some watermelon,
Oh,
great
that's
Kool-Aid.
rude.
I'm buying food to give to homeless people today. And can I get 55 burgers and 55 fries, please?
Okay, and what will the homeless people be having?
Dun, dun, dun,
I like to season the
dun.
meat very well.
That ain't seasoned at all, and you know it.
Go back to your Kool-Aid and fried chicken, you dirty moon cricket.
Who's a good
Jesus.
boy?
Chrysler. Kat recommended this clip. Jesus. Let's see here. Let's see. Mars bar scar. Mars bar scar isn't a specific medical term, but it's slang for deep facial cut. Predict Glasgow smile, a Chelsea grin made with something sharp like a broken bottle or a knife that pulls the mouth into a permanent grin, often associated with violent street fights. Tommy Flanagan's face. The name likely comes from the bar, like a pub or club, where such attacks have happened, and the Mars is just part of a colorful, memorable addition. Diabolical, Cat. Diabolical. Famous example, Tommy Flanagan. Oh, he's actually got one. Okay, wow. Sorry to interrupt, but we're... Oh, Jesus Chrysler. That's what you get for not paying attention. When the stranger calls. Ramsey Flanagan. Tommy Flanagan. Oh, Tommy Flanagan. Yeah, he's definitely got... Oh, it's hard to see. Why is it so small? You know, it's amazing, like, what people think. Like, oh, I've got a big nose or big ears or my eyes or whatever, this or that. This guy's got a big freaking scar on his face, and he still made it to the upper echelon of Hollywood and whatnot. So it's more about personality and talent. A lot of people blame their lack of talent on their looks or whatever, and that's all bullshit. Everything's bullshit. If you're good at what you do, none of that shit matters. But people just blame it on it. They blame it on their race or their looks or their weight or their height or whatever. I mean, that's what you call poor self-image or bad self-image. I'm actually laughing first time since 2004. That's only been almost 22 years. Glasgow smile. Oh, look, it's so crazy. They show this. And this. Holy sheep shit, Batman. What a... Is that before and after? I guess forward or backwards. That's good freaking work.
This is one of the worst injuries I see working in the emergency department. I hadn't seen one for a long time, but I saw one in the last couple of weeks, and it is unfortunately the Glasgow smile. I think it's called the Chelsea smile as well. A few different names for it. But basically, it's when somebody gets cut from the side of the mouth all the way up their cheek, and it is such a horrible injury. This can be done with any sharp object, and about 10 years ago when I worked in the emergency department before, we went through a horrible spell of seeing people using two blades with a bit of cardboard in between, which meant that there was two incisions that were made, two cuts, and so it was really, really difficult to stitch it all together because there wasn't enough skin in between. Anyway, not seeing that anymore, but when you look at the anatomy of the face here, there's things like the facial nerve, the parotid gland, that we need to make sure are not damaged in order to sew this up and make it look good. The difficulty is because it's a mobile area, so when your mouth's moving, it's going to pull on the scar, and any tension on a scar tends to make it look more obvious. So no matter how good a job you do of this, it really doesn't heal very well, and I guess that's why it's done, to leave a mark and leave a lasting memory in somebody's face. Absolutely disgusting injury.
Diabolical is the term used. A reprobate. Is a reprobate a reoffender? British reprobates. Free probates. British reprobate. What does being a reprobate mean? Oh, okay. Morally unprincipled or depraved. Okay. You know you got it if it makes you feel good. Let's see. Let's see here. That's crazy. Sharpened credit card as weapon. Oh, wow. This is even... Wow. Let's look at this. Look at this. If this is actually... If this is legitimate.
How's it going, everybody? This is Beat the Bush. Today, I'm going to show you how to turn one of these metal credit cards into a knife. Normal plastic
metal
card,
credit card.
only weighs 0.2 ounces. However, this Chase Sapphire Preferred is made out of metal, and it'll weigh in at about 0.4...
Frickin' marketing at its best.
0.45 ounce. When one day you no longer need the card, you can't actually shred this in your paper shredder. That's why they provide this little envelope for you to actually mail it back to them so that they can dispose it for you. I no longer have this card, but you can just as well sharpen this card, and the chip card and the magnetic stripe should still work. So I just grabbed this sharpening stone and let's just get to it. Well, not a big surprise, I cut myself. I cut a little bit of skin off here, so it is sharp. I just about finished polishing it. You can see the edge here, it's quite sharp.
Wow, it looks freaking...
Wow. Okay, look at that. It cuts through my ad, actually. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure if you have an active card, you should actually sharpen it and put it back in your wallet, because... Maybe if you have a sleeve that
Yeah, I was about to
protects it,
say.
I guess. But this will be kind of hard to use because you can't give it to someone at a restaurant because it's a liability. You're going to have them cut themselves. So that might not be a good idea. But for yourself, you might be able to be very careful and still use it, I guess. Okay, let's see how it does if I just...
Yeah, that'll give you a freaking big smile. Water is the key to life, so drink water to stay hydrated. Very true, my friend. But, of course, don't drink too much because water intoxication is the thing. As with everything on this planet, it's in moderation. If you have too little water, then it's a bad thing. If you have too much water, it's a bad thing. So yeah, you want to stay in a particular thing. So water. I worked with this girl at Ritz Camera. She was a female bodybuilder, and she had to gain weight, I believe it was. So she wanted to gain water weight. She drank 2 gallons of water within 2 hours and ended up in the hospital because your blood gets too watered down. It's not carrying enough nutrients through it. So check this out. Water intoxication.
Have you heard of water intoxication? It occurs when you consume too much water and in severe cases can be fatal. But isn't hydration really important? Well, yes, so let me explain. Your kidneys are responsible for regulating how much water and sodium are in your body. So when you drink water, your kidneys filter out the excess through urine to keep your sodium levels balanced. However, when you drink too much water, your kidneys struggle to keep up, causing your body's sodium levels to become irregular and resulting in water intoxication, which can lead to headaches, nausea, fatigue, and even death. It usually happens accidentally and often during endurance activities where your body needs more water, which is why it's important to regulate your water intake.
All right. So that's why like Gatorade and stuff was created. No, nothing to do with the bladder. Nothing to do with the bladder. Too much of everything is not good. Right. So the thing is, like, that's why, like, it's called electrolyte imbalance is what they're talking about. So like Gatorade, Powerade stuff has electrolytes. Back in the day, I used to work in an aluminum factory, aluminum plant, and we used to make a lot of stuff out of aluminum, and it was 120 degrees in there, so we had to drink water a lot. But if you drink too much water, it's too bad. So they would give us salt pills to take, and then those salts are electrolytes. And so you would take that. That would help make sure that you didn't thin out your chemistry too much in your body. You can also have a bladder failure from drinking too much water and not peeing, so your bladder can rupture. But yeah, so it's different, Darren. But yeah, it's a good thing you're learning. Keep on keeping on. Moderation across the nation. Yeah, so it's right. It's like the headaches thing. A lot of people say, I have a headache, I must be dehydrated. But the headache can be from too much water because the brain can just like when you have a dry sponge, it takes up less room. But when you hydrate it, it expands. Well, the brain can also expand, and that can be a cause of the pain. Being too small, it can pull on the eye sockets, pull on the eye optic nerve, causing a headache. Or too big, the brain's pushing against the skull and causes a headache. Check out Mega. We have lots of rain and didn't die too much water. That's probably because the water mixed with the salt water from the local streams and run off and just whatever else is in the air. But when you drink bottled water, that's filtered. It doesn't have any of the minerals in it. Let's take it out. Megala. It's right near Bangladesh, Nokala Falls. Elephant Falls. Wow. Look at this place. Beautiful. Jeez. Cherrapunji is the wettest place on earth. Cherrapunji. Oh, I thought you were trying to speak Greek. Megala is the word for big in Greek. Cherrapunji. The wettest place on earth. Let me do this. The wettest place on earth, Cherrapunji. Holiday resort. That's freaking amazing. Look at the humidity in the air. Wow, that's freaking amazing. A stepped waterfall. Don't jump. I look at all the erosion features. Wow, that's freaking amazing. It's oh mech. Okay, gotcha. Can you teach me how to Dougie? All right, let's see if we can pronounce it. Let's find out how it's pronounced so we can translate Hindi to English.
Meghalaya.
Meghalaya.
Meghalaya. Meghalaya.
Meghalaya.
Meghalaya.
Meghalaya. Okay, gotcha. Meghalaya. Meghalaya.
Meghalaya.
There we go, Meghalaya. Well, brother, I don't know. You didn't tell me. That's the closest thing I can get. What do you speak? Was it pronounced correctly? And you didn't say where you're from either. Your name's Darren, for goodness sakes. What language am I trying to do? Was it correct though? Did it pronounce it correctly? Was I close? Meghalaya. I'm from Northeast India. Okay, Meghalaya. Okay, so what's the? Is it? I'm racist. Is it called? Is the name of the language Meghalaya? We generally Kazi. Kazi. Khasi. Kazi. Oh, it won't pronounce Kazi. It won't pronounce it. It doesn't have the hujab.
Meghalaya.
Yeah, it only does the English version. It's Meghalaya. It is Meghalaya. Okay, there you go. My apologies. Thank you for the education, brother. I've never even heard of Kasi. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. So it is
Meghalaya.
Meghalaya. Okay, all right. Is said Jesus help me. Sadhguru. Okay, tribal. Gotcha. Well, that's pretty cool. Let me look at some more of the imagery from there. Northeast India. Damn it. Meghalaya. Meghalaya. I'm trying here, brother. I'm teaching you what wiki. That's exactly. That's why I love the internet. All right, hold on. Let's check out this. Then we'll come up Sadhguru. We'll check out this real quick. It's this. Okay, so I think this is what I was looking at before because I remember seeing this image here. Look at this stuff. This is freaking amazing. Look at this stuff. Okay, Sadhguru. This is Northeast India, did it say? Oh yeah, I remember him. I've listened to a lot of Yagi. This guy. I think his name is he's a yogi, right? Yogi. Sadhguru appeals to youth to work together. We don't worship, so we're all Christians here. Me too, my friend. Bam. Me too. Cherrapunji. Make a laugh. Look at this stuff. Look at this. Look at that freaking Nature Lover's Guide to Meghalaya. Man, I tell you what, when I was a kid in Maryland, we had this place called, oh dang it, what was it called? What were the quarries called? Beaver Dam and one other one. And we used to jump off the cliffs. We had to like go through a barbed wire fence, get under it, and go around, walk for like 20 minutes. Look at the freaking, hold on. Look, it looks like the boat is floating in the air because the water's so clear. We don't know that gray-haired dude. That gray-haired dude. I love it. I love it. That's so freaking amazing. Search Shambhat while you can. Oh, from the Himalayas. Wow. Okay, hold on. Let's check it out. Whoa. I never played in the choir. You still got time? Wow. Man, I tell you what. The awe. The freaking awe. Wow, look at the train system. Look how old that trestle is. Mountain people, man. That's so amazing. I've never heard of Uttarakhand. Dang it, I don't freaking know. I'll figure it out. Uttarakhand. Let's see if I can pronounce this. Where was I at? All right, and you said we generally speak Khasi. Khasi to English. I spelled that wrong too. Okay, it does say. All right, don't look at this. It'll hurt your feelings.
Champavat, Uttarakhand.
Uttarakhand.
Champawat, Uttarakhand. Champavat, Uttarakhand. Champavat, Uttarakhand.
Northeast is known as Seven Sisters. I've heard of Seven Sisters. How popular is Saudagar in India? He might be popular in mainland, but not to us. Right, it's a state of India, bro. What do you mean by mainland? Did I say mainland? I didn't say it. Did I? It's probably just a bring out the knives. All right, let's see here. Let's see.
I don't mean to be rude, but if you are trying to teach everyone something, then everyone's gonna pass away soon, so what's the point?
Whoa! Let's say, I want to teach you something which will take 1,000 years. Then your question is relevant. I'm talking about not teaching you something, just opening up a dimension within you which is naturally in a certain way. Is it true? What's your name?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you have for breakfast?
Bagel.
Bagel. So you eat a bagel. Does a bagel look like you? No. Right now this work is going on, the bagel is becoming a little girl. Yes or no? Suppose I could take a bagel in my hand and make it into a human being, who would you think I am? Must be the source of creation.
Exactly.
But you are doing it. You're making a bagel into a human being, you're really fantastic. When you're able to do such a thing, you becoming joyful How many thousand years should it take? If you allow me, we can make it happen in a few minutes.
There you go. 21 minutes a day, I believe that, absolutely. No one's right. It's all right. It's all right.
I don't mean to be rude, but if
It's listen, you should listen to everybody and then determine using your own intuition and your previous knowledge to whether to take them seriously or not. Thank you, Darren. I got you, brother. Let me get you on the wall real quick. I got you. Hold on 1 second. Lab. Oops. There we go. All right, let me get you on the wall here. Where am I at, man? All right, what am I putting? Daren? I listened to Tupac Amaru Shakur. Darren. Yeah, I got you. Okay. All right. Hey, everybody. All right, everybody. There we go. Welcome to the family. Watch Osho, O-S-H-O. Indian philosopher and mystic. Mind and meditation. Shock your mind on purpose. Let's see what he's got to say.
I shock your mind on purpose. And I go on finding ways. I will not leave anyone. People are wondering. Jews are wondering.
Not here, brother. We ain't racist here.
Our turn is coming.
You got to be able to tell the difference between poking fun and so a lot of people poke fun in order to learn more about people, but racism is somebody that hates you because of your race. Like, I hate people because they're assholes, not because of their race. So I take everybody. I don't give a shit if you've got freaking a penis growing out of your forehead. If you're cool, you're cool. Bloody racists. All right, so let's see what he's got to say.
Wait.
That's possible.
It will come.
They call us Chinese or noodles. Those are what you call assholes, Darren.
I'm going to speak against all ideologies of the past.
Nice seat.
All moralities of the past. I'm against the whole past of humanity. In toto. I don't make any exception. My speaking to you is not that of an orator or that of a philosopher. My talking to you is that of a master who knows how to disturb you.
There you go. You got to shake them up.
And your function is not to be disturbed.
That's exactly right. You got to stick on your foundation.
Whatever I say, I may call Jesus a crackpot. Don't be worried.
Don't be worried. Right. The people that educate you are typically people that shake you. But your foundation, whether it be religion or whatever you use, that's your foundation. And then, like an earthquake comes and it shakes your building. If you're based in the realities of the physical world, or that that you can create an unshakable structure. So you want to be tested, though. That failure is on the path to learning. So you want people that will shake you. There's a big problem now in a lot of the countries, including America, where you have people that if they get shook a little bit, they just start freaking out and crying because they've got no foundation. If what you're telling them shakes them, it'll destroy their whole reality because they stand on nothing. They stand so they fall for everything.
Just enjoy and have a good sabr if some trouble arises. Because what I have to do with Jesus, my concern is with you.
There you go. Okay, check this dude Osho before when he taught. I've checked this dude Osho before when he used the word heck. He said son of a heck. Darren, I am from Uttarakhand. We don't do racism, so we get face racism. We get the face racism. Hey, high five. Exactly, high five. Listen, the problem with bulk racism is you don't learn anything. Like, if someone can speak or talk or communicate, you can learn from them. If you're so tied up in an ideology that you feel that you have to be superior to other people, you're never going to learn from them. And I want to know as much about this planet and its people before I pass on. So I'm not going to not talk to somebody because of how they look. That's right. You have to be humble. Being humble is the most important thing. Now, it's fun every once in a while to boast in a humble sense. Like, I can talk about how freaking good looking I am. I mean, look at this. But I do that to try to get you guys to laugh and stuff. I don't think I'm the god of this world and in all my beauty and glory. I'm eating rice. I'm a rice eating guerrilla warrior. Bam, we got proof. Oh, did that break it? Oh, it probably go. There we go. There he is, the rice eating guerrilla warrior. He can hold them rice cakes with them lips, boy. He's like, the guerrilla warrior. Yeah, absolutely. You got to love everybody. You don't hate anyone for their physical properties. You hate them for their personality. You hate somebody, and remember, you don't hate anybody forever because you're only hating for this moment in time. A person that you hate because the way they act may change that in the future. So, you always believe that somebody will find their path to the truth, and for whatever reason they're hateful. That may eventually change. So, you shouldn't hate anyone forever. You can, if you're going to use the word hate for a short time. Don't hate enough to end somebody's life because they may change. They may change, and the hope is that they will, and with enough education. Some people, they won't take being shook because it's shaking their own. What do you mean this person's actually doing good for us? I was told he's freaking horrible. Well, maybe you were lied to, so your foundation is weak. We got to listen to these rice-eating guerrilla warriors. Bro, I have two chins. Racism in India is not about colors, but caste, right? Yes, absolutely. Well, there you go. So that's not racism. Racism is hating somebody because of their race. So that's what you would call, like the different castes and stuff like that. That's called classism. They're in different classes. But yeah, I understand it gets all bundled together into racism. It's just hate. It's just hate. Sometimes food, yeah, for real. Joking around and being hateful. Exactly. Listen, the most racist jokes you will hear are between two best friends that are of those races. If you have a white guy and a black guy, you're going to hear white racist jokes, black racist jokes, and you're also going to say, where do you want to go to get a drink? Can I buy you lunch? So the problem with the internet, with text, is you can't portray emotion in it, so to speak. Like, so if I say, I love you, you stupid fucker, or whatever, you know, like if you type it, if I say, you know, it looks different in text than it does. Maybe that was a bad example, but yeah. What up, sus? Racism doesn't exist among friends. Exactly. Because you wouldn't be friends if you were racist, right? People don't understand the meanings of words. Racism is hating people because of their race. Kapil, any chance by visiting Shillong City? Visiting Shillong City? Sorry, I'm so sorry. Heck. Sorry. All right. All right, where was I? I mean, I'm in Shillong City. Oops, I keep breaking this thing, man. Let's get that up back here. Any chance on you visiting Shillong City? Let me know. Darren, Shillong City. Oh damn, Kibe Milite. Keep here. Racist Clem entered the chat. What up, Huero? Huero. Walmart racism. Yeah, hate is typically from miseducation or not improper education. Because remember, you can teach somebody to hate somebody because they ride a skateboard goofy-footed for anything stupid. Like when I was a kid, I was a skateboarder, and we used to have hate for bicycle riders, BMXers, because they would ride our ramps and they could ruin our ramps. So we were told by the older boys that these bicyclers, these BMXers were the worst of the worst. They hate you. They want to break your skateboard. And this is when, you know, and then come to find out, they just wanted to have fun too. They couldn't afford a skateboard and a bicycle. Their parents got them the bicycle, and this is all they had, and they wanted to hang out. So everybody ended up being nice, and we all ended up being friends. Okay, throw away here.
His opponent wrapped an arm around his throat and choked him. But this wasn't just any fight. They were competing at the Olympics.
Jesus.
Right before he blacked out, he trapped the other man's foot in his right knee and twisted to the other side, ripping the ankle out of place. The opponent gave up, but the man was already dead. You see, when he tried to escape, he turned his head too far and broke his neck. Regardless, they placed a crown of leaves on his head, declaring him the dead winner. His opponent wrapped an arm around his throat and choked him. But this wasn't just any fight. They were competing at the Olympics. Right before he blacked out, he trapped the other man's foot in his right knee and twisted to the other side, ripping the ankle out of place. The opponent gave up, but the man was already dead. You see, when he tried to escape, he turned his head too far and broke his neck. Regardless, they placed a crown of leaves on his head, declaring him the dead winner. His opponent
freaking crazy. Ugh. Ew, Mayo. Can you speak a little louder? Hold on, what is this? ND bully anyone, right? Yeah, absolutely. I'm not a bully. No friends. To friends, we don't do racism. Right, roasting. There's a complete difference. But think about this. So if I were to read your text messages, I would say, oh my gosh, he's racist against this other guy. Even though you're not, it's just jokes. It's hard to tell with just text messages. Now, if we heard you joking with each other and then buying each other a candy bar or a beverage or a soda pop or whatever later, that's it. You know, you can't just tell from text. Was it racist? And Space Cow apparently. Okay, let's see. Speak a little louder, Clem. We can't hear you down there.
Now, I don't want to condone fly tipping. It's not a good thing to do, but if you are going to go about doing it, becoming an inflatable T-Rex.
Which is a great idea, because you're not going to... But I'm just wondering, how did the T-Rex pick up the bags? I mean, they've only got tiny little arms, haven't they?
Yeah.
That's my favourite story of the day, to be honest with you.
Oh, it's ridiculous,
Look, there it is.
isn't
Let's
it?
have another look. Sure, we can't do it in slow motion, actually. Slow-mo run across road. It does look both ways. You see? It's done the green
thing about
cross cut.
T-Rexes is they're said to have tiny brains for their sort of...
Clemens with 1 meter one. Unfortunately, 6 feet ain't even that tall. 5'8". Clemens a dwarf. All right, Alicia says, let's see this here.
Do you think we need to worry about what they're putting in our electronics?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll give you one example.
Yeah.
I bought this awesome all-in-one vacuum mop called Tineco. It completely connects to a Chinese server to transmit and receive information. I made a joke out of it. I actually have a video of it where you could turn the audio on for it. Like when you plug it in, it says charging started, charging stopped. Like when you put it on and off. I can control that with my computer through a Chinese cloud server. There's no reason that vacuum and mop should connect to a Chinese cloud infrastructure whatsoever. And at any point, they could change the way that functionality works and take over my home network with this vacuum mop.
Are you serious with a vacuum mop?
Yep.
How many devices do you think have these things in them?
Not everything's going to be China beaconing back and forth. Anything with Wi-Fi capability is going to open up an attack vector.
Washing machines, refrigerators, just why does a vacuum mop?
I don't know. I can adjust the volume. I can check when the last time I used it. Does it need to be cleaned? Does it, it tells you all that stuff.
Do you think?
Right, but it doesn't need to connect to the internet to do these things. It can be pre-programmed in. The thing is, cell phones are so cheap these days to make. $10 to make an iPhone 14 Pro. And you could so if you're selling a $200 mop, you could make it $210 and put a freaking because it would be less without the screen, right? So you could put the iPhone capabilities in there. It could communicate with all this stuff, and then in the future they could just turn on microphones and listen to you and capture data from your other networks. There's no need for it. There's no need. Why do I keep getting shorter to you? She looks like she got Trump skin. She did. Man, there's a video about misunderstanding text, but it's copyrighted. Sorry.
He stumbled back and his head slipped between the rails of a drying rack. He tried to push himself free with his arm, but the plastic tightened around his neck. The wet clothes hanging on the rack added even more pressure. His cries were muffled as the rails squeezed tighter, cutting off his air. And when he was found, he was laying dead on the floor, still trapped inside. The coroner said the accident was rarer than being struck by lightning.
That's crazy. That's freaking crazy. New fear unlocked. Right. Don't clean. I'll break into pieces and become smaller. Okay, I'm going to chill. Chill equals 1 minute break. You go do that, Queen. Y'all some bullies. Can the government control our... Absolutely. The problem is... not just the government. The problem is private companies, because the government isn't going to make the government money app. Some company's going to make like Cash App or whatever, PayPal. So they will control it. And if they piss you off, if they're Republicans or they're Democrats, and I'm not talking about them being politicians, the people that own the companies, if they decide that they don't want you to spend your money anymore, they just turn your app off. And it's like that's the problem with central banking or banking in general. If you go to a bank, like Trump had billions of dollars in a bank and they said, we don't want you anymore. So they shut off his ability to access it. Now you could transfer it out. But what if you were overseas and shit and you didn't have a bunch of people working for you? So if you say, hey, I'm a Christian or I'm a leftist or I'm a whatever, and they say we don't like you, they just turn it off. So it's not the government that's the issue. And the reason that governments are an issue isn't what they are, it's what they can be. You never know when some wackadoodle ass is going to become the next governor or whatever and decide that I want to let X, Y, or Z happen and your money should go to that. And the thing is with digital currency, it's like if they raise your property taxes, they can just decide to take it out. Like if you've got cash in your hand, they've got to come get it from you. If you've got it digitally, they can just take it. Why was a man... Right, exactly. Why was a man doing laundry in the first place? What's up, or? Probably got scolded, hadn't he? All right, yeah. This is why men shouldn't do laundry. Women are more nimble. A woman could have did a backflip and got out of that. What else is new? No, they can't, Cat. Look. Here's what happened.
Stumbled back, and his head slipped between the rails of a drying rack. He tried to push himself free with his arm, but the plastic tightened around his neck.
See? This is why men should not do laundry. No, you were the center of attention for a minute. That's not a bad thing. Or you came in and said hello. Okay, let's see.
So a lot of people don't realize a carrot actually has two main parts. The inner core is known as the xylem, and the outer cortex is known as the phloem. If you roll the carrot with firm enough pressure, you can loosen the membrane that holds them together, and then slide that xylem out like a cork.
So people used to make these carrots into pisum to smoke with because you could easily core them. You didn't need a drill to draw out the center. You just rolled it and then pulled out the xylem. I hope that one is making it.
So a lot of people don't realize a carrot actually has two main
Wonder
parts.
if they'll make it so people with bad credit score only have a
and the outer cortex is known as the phloem.
Well, so there's a big problem. There are a lot of drug addicts in the world. Okay, let's just talk about America. There's a lot of people, millions, tens of millions of people that have to spend paper money to buy their drugs, right? Cocaine, heroin, fentanyl, all that stuff, marijuana in a lot of states. So it's never going to happen because a lot of companies and people that run for office are paid with drug money. That's the best way I can say it. So it'll never go all the way because then every drug dealer, they would just see what drug dealer keeps getting $20, not $19.26 and $20.24 and stuff. It's like, so that they would be able to crack down. And if the government wanted to crack down on drugs, they would have done it already. I mean, now they seem to be. So yeah, that's not going to happen. And absolutely. So China has a social credit score, which won't let you do certain things if your credit score sucks, and your credit score is changed by posting bad things. If you say that you don't like the Chinese government, they will take away your ability to spend money for like 10 days, just like banning people on social media for small amounts of time. Obviously they can't. They're dying. Exactly, Cat. Obviously they can't do laundry. This is proof. No, it's not terrible. You're laughing at it. Alicia, they probably will, and I won't be surprised if they try to start. Yeah. They're definitely going to try, but now you can make an excuse not to do laundry. But honey, the chances of me dying, exactly. Look at this video. Back do you know back when high heels were used for short men? They still do that. Men still wear height boosting shoes. Cat, yeah, that's rude, Cat. Check out the link I shared. I don't see a link, brother. I don't see a link. Does anybody see a link that Darren shared? If so, repost it. Bye, I'm going to go. All right, or get to school. You don't have to use washing machine, though. You don't have to. Exactly, it'll kill you. What about the good old days of washing clothes in the sink? Do you know a woman invented the washing machine? High heels were worn by men, especially when riding horses for stability, and then high heels have been a status of wealth. Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, lots of them. Look at they have ones in Japan, I believe. Japan stilt shoes. These right here. I used to have a pair. And then they have ones for if you want to go even taller. And then if you're already tall, but then if you're really short, you use these. So yeah, these are basically Japanese flip-flops. The samurai wore them, actually. Moderator, please. Go ahead. You can post it now, Darren. Try to post it again. Bye, Miss American Pie. Bye, Miss American Pie. Drove the Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Good old boys drinking whiskey and rye, singing "This'll be the day that I die." Yeah, he might die, Cat. Why are you so rude, Cat? You want your husband to die? Mow the lawn, Cat. Jeez.
Favorite place in India that you visited?
Shillong, I think. Okay. Shillong, yeah. What I loved about India is everywhere that we went, it was a different language, different food, different music, different rhythms, and Shillong just felt very different.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You know, I guess it would be like going to Newcastle versus.
All right, unfortunately, I can't keep playing. It's got a copyrighted song on it, but I can mute it. Let's do that. That's pretty cool. Shillong. All right, let's see here. And then Sussy posted something. Let's see. Bang.
Her scarf got caught in a conveyor belt where she was working. The powerful motor got a hold of her hair and pulled her head into the mechanism. And there was no switch near the machine for her to stop the conveyor belt herself. Coworkers heard her yell and ran to stop the machine, but there were too many tubs in the way and they couldn't reach her in time. The mechanism was so strong that it cut her throat and she was decapitated. Her scarf got caught in a conveyor belt where...
See, this is why. Never mind. All right. This is the same one I just saw.
Mom, open the door. Please let me in. Mom, I'm trying. Hurry. It's oh, God. No. Mom, open the door. Please let me in.
I'm a rock, so I can't die, and fruit for days. No, I already gave you fruit. I always said it at the same time. Fruit transaction is mutual. I couldn't get the Pope's cat, but he gave me a necklace. No way! What's going on, Gawktug? You making me mow the lawn is a different matter. I can mow the lawn, but just know I'm risking my life for you. Yeah, Sora is AI. Yes, Darren. Yep. Yeah, Sora is AI. Yep. I like fruit. Oh boy. Let's see here. The tornado is bringing him to the gym. It says the tornado is bringing him to the gym. That's some funny stuff. Okay. What else is new? Please unmoderate me. Bam, bam. Okay, all done. You're welcome. You're welcome. It's too much responsibility. I'm just fucking around. Okay. Right, he couldn't handle the power. It's raining down on me. Heck. I've never heard of someone asking not to be a mod because my timeline and yours ain't the same. That's all right, brother. Yeah, anytime. That's all right. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I never.
Mom, open the door. Please let me in. Mom, I'm trying. Hurry. It's right. Oh, God. No. Mom.
You know what's crazy? It's like how like the welcome mat slides with him and stuff. Can you unmod Clementine? Absolutely. You ask and I receive. Asking. Okay, sorry. All right, that's fine.
Chiama da una parte un ragazzino, sembrava a prima vista tanto per benino, si offre a far da guida per la città. Pedro.
I guess the iron in the toothpaste.
Praticamente il meglio di Santa Fe.
I can see. So I gotta ruin it. It's not gonna work. Hey, there you go. It doesn't work. Wow, that's fake. Yeah, it don't work. Absolutely. Hey, the one thing I hate about scam websites is that they say they will give you this thing for email and you forgot. Oh, it's absolutely a fake word. Sussy, nothing is free. Nothing in life is free except for information. And remember, when you're young, you don't know about this stuff at first. And like they'll ask for social security numbers and stuff. And now scammers are keeping that information. So if say you're 11 years old now and they say put in your social security number and get free Robux. You do, it doesn't work, but they still got your social security number. So then in 10 years, they can take that and get, or actually in 7 years when you turn 18, they can take that and get credit in your name. So don't do it. I can see your future because it's already 11:08 p.m. Friday out here. Robux, yeah. Yeah, it's all those are all fake. Don't do that stuff. I ordered a phone and received a bar of soap. Yeah. That's definitely a thing. And one really big thing about internet scams is like a lot I don't have no Robux. I don't even have any real bucks. Yeah, that's it.
You ain't not how you moving, bro.
Me?
Yeah, you.
What am I doing?
Like a cop.
A cop.
You feel me? You know where you at?
I'm just gonna go this way. I'm just gonna.
What? No, you're not going none of this. You stuck over here now.
What is he doing, bro?
He doing what he doing.
Hey, no, hey, we filming a funny video. We filming a funny video. We filming a funny video.
Trying to blow up?
Oh shit! Oh,
he pulled out an RPG.
I'm inside. Blood is down.
Hey, what the?
4th of July.
Oh, no, this dude's tripping. Is that real, bro?
You want to find out?
I swear to God, I don't.
I swear to God, I don't.
You're good. It's good.
None about no funny videos. Bro, what's good?
It's a funny video.
I crashed out by the YouTube video.
I crashed out.
What the? Is that real? Was that real?
He's got a freaking RPG. Ordered a hooker and received a Bible. Don't ask anyone for Robux anymore, Sussy. Don't do that. Don't do that. No. Don't. That's strike 2, Sussy. One more time and you're gone. Look, what do you mean? You're begging for money. Don't you know that costs real money? They're not, they call them Robux to trick you into believing it's real money. It's real money that it takes to buy them. And you're asking people for money so you can play a video game that you're addicted to. Play the game without the Robux until you can afford it yourself. Yeah, an RPG. Right, and I'm not going to give you any money. So why are you asking us for money? It's not. That video is GTA 6. And you're a bad husband. 100%. 100%. That was a prop, definitely. Those things, yeah, 100%. I saw the hooker message. People work hard for money. Right. The thing is, listen, and if you buy Robux with real money, you can't get it back. So you can't say, hey, I don't want these Robux anymore. I want my money back. They don't do that. So it's a scam. That's why they're so rich. We just joking around. You just want to control me and limit my comic genius. Do you know in some countries they're not even letting Roblox and those other gaming companies are not even let them use it anymore because it's 100% a scam. I think it's like Turkey. They don't. Yeah, they don't. I have enough comedic genius for the both of us. Yeah, absolutely, Alicia. Yeah, no, it's so stupid. And the thing is, the way they do it, they tell kids like, for $10, we'll give you 10,000 Robux, and you're like, wow. But you can't say, oh, I don't want the Robux anymore. I want my money back. They don't do that. And then they say the more you spend, the more you get, because it's fake money. They're just inventing it out of nowhere. What am I looking at here?
Ask why you searching the car.
If you ain't got nothing illegal, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
Oh, I was asking my mother. It just says never.
Oh yeah.
Can I call my mother? Because I'm not 18. She always says never step out your car.
Okay. I mean, if you ain't got nothing illegal, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
No, sir, I don't. It's just I don't never. This is my first time. I got my own car. I don't ever even drive my mother's car. And
you ain't got nothing on you?
No, sir. Yeah, I'll step out. There's no problem with that. But I just don't like.
How old are you?
17.
You smoking?
Yes, cigarette.
So you're underage and you're smoking?
Cigarettes, yes, sir. Mother knows.
Doesn't matter. I can still write you a ticket for it.
Okay.
Fucking dick.
Class.
Get on Discord.
Actually, if you want, you can just hop back in the car. And instead of going through all this, I'll just...
My daughter shouted at me because brain rot.
And you just sit back in the car?
Yeah, dude, right.
What I'll do is I'll just call a dog out to sniff the car, and then we'll...
The thing is, it's addictive. They make it addictive, just like street drugs. They make you think, oh, if I just pay some more, if I just do it, then my life in this game will get better. I can be rich in this game, and my friends will see it, and then these other. It's all game theory. It's all addiction. If you make me laugh, I pay for your dinner. Who's a crash? Tell me, what did I miss? You could lie and say you're laughing when you're really not. What do you call a sad strawberry? A blueberry. Oh yeah, sorry.
We'll just skip everything.
Mom?
All right.
Mom? Hey, Mom, I'm at 7-Eleven. I got pulled over driving home because your lights, one of your tail lights are cut out.
Steve. He looked like he was stuffing down between the seat. Is that like a stem to you? So he might have been shaking.
Yeah, probably did. He probably just dumped it.
He's eating it. Check him out.
What are you sticking in your mouth? Huh? Open your mouth. You just swallowed a bunch of marijuana. Spit it out. Spit it out right now on your shirt. Spit it out on your shirt right now. Well, guess what? By eating a misdemeanor, you just committed felonies. It's a stupid mistake on his part, so we're going to try and cut him a break, send him home with you instead of taking him up to JDC, because he'd be chilling up there for how long? And we didn't want you to suffer the impoundment fees and all that.
Thank you.
All right. He probably had a couple of grams that he just was trying to swallow. He had a bag in there with a bunch of residue in it, pretty nice little Ziploc bag. But, I mean, he says that he smokes and he smoked pot and all that. And
no, he's not allowed to do smoking anything. I know he smokes cigarette. He's not allowed to smoke pot. He knows better. Okay. I don't allow stuff like that in my house.
Oh, I know. Well, he just said, yeah, my mom knows I smoke pot. I go, okay.
No, it's not the pot. It's the smoke. I know he smokes cigarette. There is no pot going on.
Jesus Chrysler. Me, oh my. I tell you what, it's being under 18 in America is there are kids that
A German soldier shot himself in the foot during World War II. He did this because during the Battle of Stalingrad, the Germans were surrounded by the enemy with no way to escape. There were only a few planes that carried Germans back to safety, but these were mainly for wounded soldiers. So in order to escape, some soldiers injured themselves to get on a plane.
So supposedly this is really true. Conditions were so appalling, including freezing cold, starvation, lack of medical supplies, drove some soldiers to desperate measures. They only were able able to fly in the beginning or middle of the battle. Towards the end of the battle, they only took the severely injured soldiers, so the ones that shot them in the foot never got treatment. A few of these incidents happen. If a soldier was caught doing this, he would be executed as well.
A German soldier shot himself in the...
Yeah, that's some crazy shit there, boy. Oh.
A German soldier...
That's just so crazy. That shit's so crazy.
Did you know that if you take a slice of bread but don't spread peanut butter on it, you get a slice of bread without anything?
That's true. That's
Did
true.
you know that if you...
100%. I'm not NDM messaging, you know, and giving that lady sounds like a sister of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh boy. Oh. They call me Alice Schwarzenegger. Her name's Alice Schwarzenegger. All right, let's see. Relevant news can be found in the description box. Make sure to check it out on social media accounts.
$1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000.
You threw a grenade, okay. Or a flashbang. Where'd they get AKs from? Where'd they get AKs from? So they must have gotten those AKs from the Taliban forces, because the Russians helped apparently helped arm them, so they would be using Russian AKs. But Americans using Russian AKs, that's crazy. I mean, they would have had to have gotten them from dead soldiers or abandoned weapons.
You got a bunch of gear right here.
Yeah, there you go.
Socks, they left in a hurry.
ISIS, sorry, yeah.
I can't see the end of it.
That's crazy shit. Yeah, so they went to an ISIS held house. The cops should be careful. No more tears, tears, tears. You know, that's Call of Duty in real life, right?
I remember one dude in particular that I killed him. I shot his buddy, and then I came through his room. I killed him in front of his wife in a bedroom because he went for a gun. I think about him now, and it's like, all right, why did I kill that guy? Well, because he went for a gun. Okay, but why did he go for a gun? Well, because I was in his room at 2 a.m. Well, why was I in his room at 2 a.m? Well, because George Bush was pissed that Saddam Hussein allegedly wanted to kill his dad, so we invaded. So now here I am because of the political. And then I start to think, was this guy funny? What if I met him in Paris over a coffee? Would we have actually liked each other? And I just kill him because a politician sent us here for weapons of mass destruction? I got a buddy, Dakota Meyer, who's a Medal of Honor recipient. Literally killed guys hand to hand because a politician sent us here for weapons of mass destruction that didn't exist. I got a buddy, Dakota Meyer, who's a Medal of Honor recipient. Literally killed guys hand to hand in one of the worst valleys in the world. And we've talked, and it's like the only reason we were killing each other is because we were born on different parts of the world. That's it. That's it. I remember one dude in particular that I killed him.
Right. So, and I talked about this yesterday, about like how it's the politicians that are having pissing contests with other politicians, and they're like, well, the way you make money is by taxing your people, by taxing your citizens. So we're going to kill your citizens so you get less money from the tax base. And that's basically what this kind of war is. We don't want, this guy wants to be richer than this guy, so you can't go ahead and just kill them. So what you do is you cut their money off by killing their tax base. So then you don't have, then these guys that would work and gold mine and coal mine and oil drill, they're now dead. So now you can't pull as much stuff up from the earth to sell on the nation, throughout the world, and then you take the tax money from it. So that's what they do. They're killing the tax base. How common was it for? It wasn't very common at all because we would use M16s and M60s and whatnot. Most common rifles held by U.S. soldiers in Afghanistan. The M4 carbine, M16, the A4 and A2 models, and then the M24 and M810. Right. So then those are the primary. Okay. So let's see about AK-47s. Percent of U.S. soldiers using AK-47s in Afghanistan. The U.S. military officially uses M4 and M16. Special ops and troops did use captured AK-47s and variants, the variants, which were the Chinese Type 56 for specific roles. So they weren't sent there with AK-47s. They were sent there with a knife or whatever, and then they captured AK-47s, and then they started using them. Because look, if you fly a special forces guy into whatever on a normal like Delta flight, so they could send a Navy SEAL with nothing but a pocket full of money, and usually a Rolex, because a Rolex is considered money everywhere in the world. Everyone knows that it's valuable. So then he can take that Rolex, pawn it for 20, 30,000 of the local money, dollars worth of the local money, take that, go to the knife store, buy a knife, then crawl in, kill some dude, or steal an AK-47. So that's how they work. Like, they're not flown in parachute out from, sometimes they do, very rarely, but usually they just send people in as like they're basically spies in game. M4 and M16 exactly. Let's say you live in a beautiful hotel and think the place is Japan. Let's say India. People start, and that's the dirty language. I don't understand what you're talking about. Yeah, I didn't understand that either.
This is the AI
Oh,
Note 2.
okay.
It is a tablet that is so impossibly thin, yet way smarter.
I think he's talking about the cuss words of that language. So you go somewhere in Japan, and if it's run by whoever, then when you hear cuss words, I'm guessing that's what he means by dirty language. So you would hear the word heck. And if there's Indians there, then you would hear the Indian, the Hindi or whatever language that they're using version of heck, right? So then if it's ran by Chinese people, you're the Chinese version of heck. And then if it's American, you're the American version of heck. I think that's what he's getting. The
6 Chinook transport helicopters start their engines at Al Jaffa Air Base in Jordan. 60 men of D Squadron, 22 Regiment SAS, jump to their feet and run to the waiting Chinooks, through the swirling dust kicked up by the spinning rotors. The SAS operators board their transports, and Captain Jim Watkins settles in for a long flight ahead. He can still taste the port from his troops' good luck toast.
He can still taste
the Chinooks lift off into the night sky and proceed across the Jordanian desert in 3 waves. Their target is a suspected chemical plant and Scud missile site in the Iraqi town of Al-Qaim. The date is the 17th of March 2003. They are taking part in Operation Roe. In 2 days, the invasion of Iraq will begin, the culmination of more than a decade of hostilities with Saddam Hussein. We'll talk about that in a second. But first, a quick word from this week's sponsor, War Thunder, a free-to-play military vehicle online the 4K graphics instead of general hit point vehicle in the 1991 Gulf War, and his nation has become a global pariah. It is believed that Saddam is harbouring militant enemies of the West within his nation, and it is publicly claimed by some that he still maintains the ability to deploy supposed weapons of mass destruction. Today, of course, we now know how reliable these claims were. Saddam has continued to act defiantly despite his precarious position, cheering recent attacks and often barring WMD inspectors from Iraq. US President George W. Bush decides that now is the moment to rid the Middle East of Saddam Hussein once and for all. He intends to finish what his father started and depose the Iraqi dictator.
So if you look at this, like this is showing an animation, and what George Bush did is he showed animations of where these weapons of mass destructions were, even though they didn't exist. But we're so used to seeing animations, cartoons, that it convinced enough of us idiot Americans to believe, oh, we got to take them weapons of mass destruction out. It was all bullshit.
In a military campaign.
Think about it. So you have a very short time to be president, and then you're not president anymore. So what people do is they say, how can I set up me and my family to be rich for the rest of eternity? And he says, well, we're already an oil family, so we want more oil, and there's a lot of oil here, so they pick and choose.
The invasion itself is codenamed Cobra II, a nod to the Normandy breakout during the Second World War, but the public name is Operation Iraqi Freedom.
Right. And then they name it something like Iraqi freedom. Like, we're going to free the Iraqi people that are being... And they do the same thing in America, talking about minorities like black people and Muslims and whatnot. They say, we're going to free them. We're going to allow that. And then along with those... In every culture, white, black, Indian, whatever, there's good people and bad people. And the big problem is when you have mobsters that say, hey, America's giving away free money, so act like this. We're going to send you over. They're going to give you $20,000. Give us 15,000 of it, and you can keep 5,000 of it. And so they were getting bigger, and that's why we're in the issue we're in right now with people trying to get rich, talentless people trying to get rich. Okay, like the colonization of Africa killed the prosperity of it completely. I have to disagree. Thoreau, for this reason. Areas of Africa that were not colonized are still not prosperous. And I think there's a blame game going on because you have elites that are taking all the money and all that. There are very, 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 very wealthy people in Africa, but the most people are not. They keep electing people from their own tribes that say good stuff, but when they get there, they enrich themselves. And that's been a problem over and over and over again, that people get into power, enrich themselves, and don't do anything for the people. I think it's a problem with the elected officials over and over and over again. It's become a culture of get into office and get rich. That's because there are people that are prospering in Africa that in places that were not colonized at all, and places that have kicked out the colonists and then have failed. The bulk of the people, the government of those areas still do very well. So it's just, prosperity of the people. Right. I agree. The governments are still rich as F. Rich as heck. Do you recall House of... Oh, yeah, absolutely. Hanna-Barbera, they were great. All right, where did I miss? Okay. Tanks were originally created in World War I to get rid of the stalemates across Dead Man's Land. Yep, absolutely. Yep. Constantly got stuck in the mud. Yep. Bro reacted. I didn't see her song. You asked to not be moderator, so I can't see your links. There you go. Okay, all right, you got it. Go ahead and share it again. I agree with you, but I agree with you at that point. First time you disagree with me, but I agree. Okay, right. Okay, It's very hard from not from an American point of view, from my point of view in America, from the information I get to absorb. We see that, but there's very, very, very rich people in Africa, very rich, and the people are not. And and the same way in America too, people get into office, but the thing is with America is we stay divided enough in our governments where now people in governments that have enriched themselves are paying the price. Let's watch the video. Okay.
Will be to overthrow Saddam Hussein and install a democracy in
Yes,
Iraq.
I remember you, Savage. How are you, brother?
We know today that the justifications made by politicians and government officials for the invasion of Iraq were, shall we say, less than sound. However, this series will focus solely on the actions of the young men and women sent to conduct the military campaign to invade Iraq in 2003, Operation Iraqi Freedom, and those Iraqis who defended against it. Beginning in 2002, the American president sets out to build a coalition to achieve his aim. British Prime Minister Tony Blair pledges the UK's support, but unlike in 1991, global support for military action is lacking.
Right.
Key partners from Desert Storm, such as...
Right, so during Iraqi freedom, it was obvious to the rest of the world, because listen, it's not only America that has intel. It does have, FBI and CIA and whatnot. Other countries do also. So they knew he was lying. And so they were like, whoa, dude, you're going to start World War III over a pissing contest, over a dick measuring contest. And so they were like, and then he was like, look what we can get.
France, Spain, Egypt, and Turkey refused to take part.
Right, they refused to take part because they knew
lack of hard evidence of WMD,
lack of hard evidence,
and a belief that removing Saddam Hussein will destabilize the region,
which it did.
The looming invasion is controversial around the world, despite an impassioned pro-war speech by U.S.
So real quick, so Saddam Hussein, when he got into office, he got all of the politicians together in a room, and he said, "You've been caught scamming." And when they walked out, they were jailed or killed. They were put to death for treason. A lot of these people, a lot of these politicians were bought politicians from other governments because they wanted some of the riches of Iraq. So now the other countries are like, he got rid of the trash from all the other countries that were embedded in Iraqi government. So he stabilized it. He took out a lot of the fraud. So he finally stabilized it. And Iraq looked like New York in a lot of places. Like let me show you some of this real quick. We'll go back to it. Pre-Iraqi war Iraq. Pre-war Iraq. Like, look at this. Look at this stuff. Now, this is while it's being bombed, but they're not showing a lot of pictures of before it. But people, there was thousands and thousands of cars and taxis and people and big buildings, sky rises. Like look at this. Rich people. Look, it looked like any good city. And then the war destroyed it to take it all. Iraq. But yeah, look at this stuff. Look at this stuff. This is the 1950s to the 1970s. Look at it. Looks like New York looked in the 1950s. Big, and then it all went to crap. Bruh, speak my name. Ben Kalara. Ben Kalara. How far can you shoot your Regards, Nick Kurt from Dildo, New York. All right, an actual American that pronounces Iraq like me, Iraq. This savage guy is swearing in mainland India language. Okay, let's see.
U.S. Secretary of State Colin Powell at the UN. Regardless, Bush and his cabinet have made up their mind to attack by early 2003, and another Desert Shield-style build-up begins in the Middle East. Commander of United States Central Command...
And one of the interesting things about propaganda is we never saw these pictures of fruitful, prosperous Iraq. It was when we saw it, it was people living in dirt huts and this and that. We can find that in America. but it depends what the news shows you. And now with the internet being so big, like even like Somalia, we hear about how it's a shithole, and then you hear people saying that it's not, and they show us beautiful pictures of it. Yes, there's both, but the governments are screwed in those areas, not the people, and that's a big problem. There should be a different name for the people of a country and the government of a country, because when people say I hate name country here, the people of that country think it's hate towards them, when it's not. It's hate towards their leaders, which are usually bad people. I heard this word from my Indian friend, Dick Cheney. Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know this language. Absolutely, Savage. We got everybody from all over the world in here.
General Tommy Franks has stepped into the shoes of his
And just real quick, how funny is the name Colin Powell? That sounds like a freaking porn star's name. My name's Colin Powell. Hey, brother, I am circumcised. Yeah, that's actually so. Fat. I worked for the movie industry for 15 years making propaganda. So now I'm out of the industry and I'm doing YouTube full time to try to teach kids how to tell the difference. Because I believe we're where we are because no one understands the difference between propaganda and not. Like going back to here, the Iraqi war, they showed cartoons on TV. I mean, animations to say this is where the weapons of mass destruction are. This is where, and that was all bullshit because they didn't have video of it. Guess where I am from? Your parents, your daddy's balls. I didn't think you were a kid. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on.
Predecessor Norman Schwarzkopf.
Let me look at Darren's thing real quick. This is 20 more minutes in this, so we'll get back to it in just a second. Let me see what he's got here. Let me make sure it's not copyrighted. Hold on, let me just make sure it's not copyrighted. It is. This is Atlantic Records. I can't show it. I apologize, Darren. I can't show copyrighted stuff. It's copyrighted by Atlantic Records. My apologies. But I'm gonna save it. I will listen to it, and then if when I go off stream today, and I'll let you know. I'm sorry I can't. I got into trouble yesterday before yesterday for doing it, and I only got 2 more strikes left before I lose my channel. So I apologize. Oops.
And will conduct the coming operation. His staff promise that the plan will inspire shock and awe among the Iraqis, compelling them to surrender en masse like they did during Desert Storm. On the 17th of March, President Bush sends an ultimatum to Saddam Hussein: leave Iraq with your sons within 48 hours or face severe consequences. It is under this cloud of uncertainty that the SAS begins their secretive mission.
I will. Okay,
which takes place 24 hours before.
What's the meaning of MKC? Are you talking about MK Ultra? MKC, I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. Let me see. Oops. Montana Knife Company Medical College. I'm not sure, my friend. I don't. If you're talking about MK Ultra, I could tell you. But I'm not sure what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Blair will ask the
you
House
can start a new. Okay, all right, I will. You know what? Okay, I'll do it right now.
Continue to Al-Qaeda.
I'll do it right now. Add. Create a new channel. Create. All right, I'll do it. I'm not going to do it all right now while you guys are watching. I'll set that up
the barren desert
before lunch.
Western Iraq.
You are from India, I know, right? Yeah, they're from India. Yeah, absolutely.
Helicopters who moved to rocket and strafe suspected Iraqi positions nearby.
The assassination
The little birds are flying low to
absolutely.
avoid radar detection.
Can you start? I will start.
Iraqi defenders are caught by surprise and offer insignificant resistance. Enemy machine gun nests, radars, and supply depots are hit hard by quick gun runs before the small and nimble helicopters escape back into the night sky. The SAS men spot the little birds, their minigun barrels glowing white-hot in the night sky. One operator thinks to himself, "There's no turning back. Allied forces are now committed." Having stopped to refuel en route, the first wave of Chinooks arrives at the target area after a 75-mile flight from their forward refuel base near the Iraq-Jordan border, and land at a remote position on the outskirts of the Iraqi town
like
of
Adobe
Al-Qaid.
Experience. Okay, integrating Nielsen measurement. Okay, so it's also a song by Raga
known as Desert Patrol Vehicles, or DPVs. The plan is for D Squadron to set up an encampment
bad word,
and await
gotcha.
the arrival of B Squadron, which is driving overland from Jordan in more DPVs.
There you go, brother.
Together, they will assault and destroy the water treatment plant, which is also a suspected chemical weapons facility.
So here's the thing. So Dick Cheney owned one of the largest companies in the world that did everything. So they went into Iraq, they destroyed the water treatment plants, they destroyed the agriculture, the food, and then his company went in and said, we're gonna help you rebuild. So everything that was built and made for infrastructure in Iraq had to do with Halliburton. TM.
The site was also used to launch Scud missiles against Israel during the First Gulf War, and could be again. Intelligence reports that 2 full regiments of the Republican Guard are in the area, promising a tough fight ahead.
Yeah, I've got a lot of Hindus here, brother. Car squared on the garbage. Yeah, he's from India. We looked at his home just a second ago. Let's see if it's still here. Yeah, I also have it on here. We looked at his hometown in India a second ago. It was beautiful. It was freaking beautiful.
Watkins
you'll get there. You'll get there, Alicia.
You'll get there. Position.
Took me till I was 45.
Fire, but the car passes by without spotting the encampment.
I do recall how the Grinch stole Christmas. I never know that Einstein is from India. Brother, listen. Never believe anybody that tells you a people aren't smart. A lot of people are stupid. Most people are stupid. That's why smart people often take advantage of them. So remember, smart people can be evil too. So it doesn't matter what you are. Smart, dumb, black, white, brown, purple, cucumber face, japalapa, duwaba, whatever. If assholes are assholes, scammers are scammers, abusers are abusers.
Watkins and his men relax and catch up on sleep. They will spend the next day reconnoitering the plant and waiting for B Squadron to arrive. While the SAS are laying low outside of Al-Qaim, the British House of Commons officially approves the invasion of Iraq on the evening of the 18th of March. There's still a day before the expiration of...
So the reason I made this thing is so I'm building a program that will read my words in the closed caption. So if I accidentally say a cuss word, it'll replace it. So if I say, heck, son of a heck, piece of heck. And so I have to do that manually, but I'm setting it up to do it automatically. So it'll let me know how many times I cuss. Hey, brother, we'll teach everyone. We'll teach everyone. This looks a lot like Mud and Blood, especially when it's... Hey, I was hoping you would jump on here and talk about that because I thought the same thing when it first started. Before I read what it was, I thought it was because you said Mud and Blood 3 is really good, and then that's exactly what I thought. Oddly enough,
for Saddam Hussein to give up power, but the coalition partners are now past diplomacy.
I understand,
Darren. I understand. Teams and the CIA Special Activities Division begin.
I was just talking about how I do also, and I'm trying my bestest out.
Own infiltrations across,
hoping that other people will take my lead.
The Iraqi border, awaiting the beginning of the air offensive, A-Day, when they will call in airstrikes against key military targets and attempt to rally Iraqi citizens to the coalition's cause. In the evening, B Squadron of 22 Regiment SAS links up with D Squadron on the outskirts.
That's all right, brother. No problem. You're all good. You're family. Savage. Watch
just
the
after midnight on the 19th of March, both squadrons move out to probe the defences around the water treatment plant. They are backed up by DPVs armed with rocket launchers and a sniper team. The SAS squadrons approach the plant's perimeter when they are spotted by an Iraqi sentry. The night sky suddenly lights up with small arms fire as the Republican Guard tries to drive the British troops away.
Sure, absolutely.
One of the snipers quickly gets to work, seeking out targets with his Barrett.
So they were attacking the water treatment plants in Iraq in order to. There's only one reason. You bring everybody to bow before you, saying we can't eat or drink without your help. So these people want to play God. And then they say, oh, those were the bad people of America. We're the good people of America. We're going to rebuild. Just let us have control of your gold, your diamonds, your any other infrastructure we didn't destroy. We will rebuild everything and everybody will be good. And we'll put you in power. So that's the game.
A .50 caliber rifle. However, a round from an Iraqi machine gun shatters the barrel and sprays the sniper with metal shrapnel. Nonetheless, the sniper coolly switches to his sidearm and continues to fire back. With such intense fire coming their way, the commanding officer of B Squadron orders a withdrawal back to the encampment. One of the DPV crews find themselves pinned down and are forced to abandon their vehicle as the men sprint through a hail of gunfire to safety. The DPV is destroyed by the SAS with an anti-tank rocket before they slip away into the darkness. They have suffered only one wounded and no fatalities. Many Republican Guardsmen have been killed, but their repulse means the SAS must try to penetrate the chemical plant the following night.
So they have a chemical plant and a water treatment plant that they're
Combined
attacking.
Air Forces, Lieutenant General Buzz Mosley, receives orders to launch a short notice.
Chemical plants typically are broad purpose. So they use nitrogen, and they make nitrogen fertilizer, and then nitrogen is the key ingredient in TNT, trinitrotoluene. So they know that a lot of the armaments, the gunpowder, which is nitromethane, am I right about that? Smokeless gunpowder. Nitrocellulose based resin, but so it's okay. Nitrocellulose. My apologies. Nitrocellulose. Right. Nitromethane is fuel that contains oxygen mixed with it already, so it doesn't need to breathe air. All right, but yeah, so they need to take out these plants to
airstrike within the next 6 hours. Mosley is informed that the CIA has located Saddam Hussein and both of his sons with 99.9% certainty at a compound outside of Baghdad known as Dora Farms.
Hi, I'm Scott.
With Saddam showing no sign of leaving the country, President Bush is keen to decapitate Iraqi leadership right after his ultimatum expires at 4 a.m. the following morning. Mosley quickly gets to work planning the mission before awaiting final orders from the President and General Franks. When night falls, B and D squadrons of 22 Regiment SAS again attack the suspected chemical facility in Al-Qaim.
Oh, you are in
once
Shillong.
More find that enemy numbers are too great. Instead, they withdraw and are treated to
That's where ND is, or ND's in Denmark. Ooh.
Opening stage of shock and awe. Starting at 9 p.m., the elite 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, along with 2 flights of MH-60 Black Hawks armed with Hellfire missiles and 30mm cannons,
I don't know.
moved to engage Iraqi radar and observation posts along the border with Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and Kuwait. The SAW Regiment, known as the Black Swarm, splits up into 4 groups. Each flight consists of 2 AH-6 Little Birds and an MH-6 Little Bird carrying a thermal imaging system to spot targets. An MH-60 Black Hawk equipped with infrared sensors is also operating independently to support the operation. Also accompanying each flight are 2 A-10 Warthogs to engage any targets too heavily armoured for the Little Birds. For 7 hours, the helicopters and A-10s systematically destroy Iraqi installations on the border. The Iraqis offer only limited resistance and no American aircraft are lost. They turned back to base.
Ignores God.
An SAS officer
Jerry
recalled,
Bossman.
"We sat in the desert watching what was a pretty impressive fireworks display."
Yeah, see, one of the big things about the Iraqi war is it was televised. We could see the power and might of the American war machine at work. So they overused weapons for the show of it. Like, we didn't need to use 2,000-pound bombs on a car, but it was so, he was like, and like I said, we could if 5,000 Navy SEALs, Delta Force, we could take over the whole world with. We just don't. Like, we don't need this stuff. We could go in and have guys sneak in and destroy the weapons of other countries. I mean, look what we did to the nuclear system. It doesn't take as much. We do what we need to do typically when someone honorable is in office. Let's say if this was a game, I won't leave my house for a long time. Okay, Brahmo. So let me check up the cherry. I will. Give me 1 second. Let me look up the Cherry Blossom Festival first, real quick. I know there's one in Japan. India Cherry Blossom Festival. Hey, there you go, Salong. Look how beautiful this stuff is, man. All right, so what am I looking up? Brahmos? BRH. Holy sheep shit, Batman. There you go. That's probably a scramjet. So a scramjet has no moving parts. So it uses a rocket motor to get going, and then just by going so fast, the amount of air that rams into the front entrance of this device. So it looks like the same engine that's on the SR-71 Blackbird and the and Archangel. The air ramming in is enough to compress. The speed of the air is enough to compress the air to heat it up to auto ignite when fuel is added. So you don't need rotating blades to compress the air. There you go. Brahmo, supersonic cruise missile. Yeah, and you would need that to do supersonic, because if you go too fast, the air overshoots and you can't get enough air in it. It chokes it out. What's up, Paul? I thank God my wife went in to an in-law's place, or else I'd be already asleep right now. Yeah, he stopped in for a minute or two earlier. J-Dams. Damn. Holy crap. Holy shit. This is one attack. This is one attack. That whole building structure, whole compound. One attack. Boom. That's one airplane, one attack. Slow motion. Bam. And so I'm guessing that's an armored or a weapons depot. So there was probably a lot of explosives in there that this bomb set off. Yeah, that's freaking amazing.
With the path clear,
people got money for war but can't feed the poor.
Infiltrate into Iraq from Jordan, Saudi Arabia,
exactly right,
and Kuwait.
Too.
Using both vehicle-mounted patrols and helicopter transport,
I'm doing
these special
good, brother.
operations units move to secure airfields and other valuable strategic assets.
Right, strategic assets. Okay, what am I looking up again? You said look up the what was it? S4000. Holy sheep shit, Batman. $1.1 billion tubular launched. So an interesting thing about these tube launched rockets is the fins for the rockets are inside of the body of the projectile, and the force of the gases that are in the projectile pressurized. So once it gets outside of the tube, you'll see it launches and it goes like it gets all crooked until the fins pop out, and then it can stabilize. So you'll see them pop out and they'll go shh, then it'll stabilize and it'll launch. Yeah, Trump dropped the mother of all bombs. That's right. On that was on the nuclear facility of damn it, I can't remember what country. Wow, Iran. Mr. Trump.
Meanwhile, the news that the US Air Force could take out
Somalia
Saddam
event?
Hussein
Did you post a
has
link?
set off a flurry of activity at Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar. The 8th Fighter Squadron,
Our straight
the Black
fire.
Sheep, have readied 2 F-117 Nighthawks, piloted by Lieutenant Colonel Dave
He was in
Toomey
here earlier,
and
too.
Major Mark Hohen, to launch by 3:30 a.m. the morning of March
You
the
got any
20th.
stuff in the fridge?
Mosley is discussing with the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General Dick Myers, who asks,
He got sick from the
president has
Irish
one
cream.
question.
I freaking knew it. And what did Paul say? Paul said, I remember you throwing up in a bush from Bailey's Irish cream. Yeah, S4000 was much. I mean, I saw that. I didn't. Right. It's a Russian design. Yeah, the mother of all bombs. Mogadishu or Modi? Hold on. If my Mr. Trump had already sanctioned this off 100% off there. I don't know the reasons behind like why. I mean, I know the reasons behind broadly. It's because India has won against America. So let's look that up real quick. We'll get back to this. Right? But India doesn't tell you. They don't tell you guys that they have a tariff against us. And so what Trump did to other countries is if they had a tariff against us, we matched it. So it's called reciprocal. So we give you what you gave us, right? So we'll see. What is India's tariff against the United States? Okay, so here's the tariffs as of late 2025. On chicken, cotton, wheat, and corn, you charge us an extra 15%. On oil, aquatic, beef, dairy, fruit, pork, sorghum, and sour beans, 10%. And then you have one on energy. And then so we retaliated. So that's it. And hey, whether I think tariffs should be gone. The thing is, all of the other countries use tariffs against the United States, but you guys don't ever hear about it. So when Trump came into office, he said, you guys are ripping us off, so we're going to match tariffs. So what's up, Professor Adams? How are you, my friend? Because India, right. So, and you understand that why that is too. I'll show it. So the reason is Russia and the Ukraine are in a war together. So to keep Russia from getting too much power, we said, hey, everybody that's in a pact with the United States, don't buy oil from Russia. And India said, forget you. We're going to buy oil from Russia. So then Trump said, you promised you wouldn't, and you went against the contract. So now I'm going to do this. So that's why that is. I'm not saying I agree with it or not. I don't know enough about it to say, but that's it. But that's the way it is. All right. So what am I watching here? Let's see. All right. Where's the Somalia video? Is that what? I don't know where the Somalia video is.
The mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey, is saying that he's actually proud to have the largest Somali community in the country, and his police chief.
Well, then he's a fool.
Well, his police chief is also
I wouldn't be proud to have the largest Somalian. Look at their nation. Look how bad their nation is. It's not even a nation. It's just people walking around killing each other.
Right.
Look, these Somalians have taken billions of dollars out
Listen, and here's the problem. The problem isn't the Somali people. It's the mobs and the government in Somalia. So the only people that could afford the plane flight to get to America were the people that had ties to the bad people in Somalia. right? It wasn't some guy that was cutting grass for a living that saved up his money and flew here. It was the mobsters that said, hey, I'm going to send you to America. Give me 3/4 of the money you get from the government. And that's the problem that he's talking about. I'm guessing. I mean, I don't follow, but that's the deal. The deal is there are lots of good people from that country, but it's very hard to buy a plane ticket when you're poor to get to America. So how did these people get here? From, and not just Somalia, from all the countries in the world. I can understand Mexico walking across the border, but how did all these other people fly to America? Where did they get the money for the plane ticket? How did they get and that's one of the things that's really crazy.
They've taken billions and billions.
If Trump was only what?
They have a representative.
Once I finish, one of Paul's drawings was that guy.
Who they say married her brother.
Yeah.
It's a fraud. She tries to deny it now, but you can't really deny it because, you know, it just happened. She shouldn't be allowed to be a congresswoman, and I'm sure
I didn't blacklist them.
And she should be thrown the hell out of our country.
I didn't.
And most of those people, they have destroyed Minnesota. Okay, Minnesota, you have an incompetent governor. You have a crooked governor. He's crooked as hell, but he's incompetent.
Trump wants a Nobel. Yeah.
He should be ashamed. That beautiful land, that beautiful state, it's a hellhole right now. And the Somalians should be out of here.
Yeah. Right. Well, so the 489 or whatever it is Somalians that were on protected status, like 72 of those 400 have already been arrested for stealing over $250 million. So when you're protected status, you can't call out bad behavior. So they get protected status, then they start, not all of them, the ones that got arrested, it started a scam. So like say there's like 1,000 children in one zip code in America. They lied and said they fed 10,000 kids. So the government said, okay, here's $10 per kid. So they made a bunch of money. So they did that all over the place. So they were scamming. The people, I'm not saying one or two. No, absolutely not. Right. 100%. And that's the problem. The problem is they should be policing their own people. The good Somalians should be saying, hey, these people are making us look bad. Get them into jail. Get them back to Somalia. And they're not. That's the problem. They started their own police force and then they let it all happen. That's what's happening so far. I love everybody. I hate assholes. I've mentioned this over and over and over again. Set Trump in a rocket and send him to the moon. There you go. Now you're thinking like a moderator. Do you think he will get backlash with this one? They defy our country, just research. Right. Yeah. I listen, there's a lot of money to be had. And in every country, there are bad people and good people. When you rob a country blind and then there's no more money in that country, they go to other countries to take their money because they want to be rich. You know, that's it. They want to be rich. And that's a big problem. Search up Modi. That's a good looking, what's that color you guys call it? Not the color of Mehendi. What's that called? President Putin finishes India-Russia ties to add vigor to it.
Can you get the pilots back? Mosley replies, I can get them to the target. I don't know if I can get them back. There is a pause before Myers relays Bush's final order. Strike. 8 minutes later, Toomey and Hohen are airborne and on their way to Baghdad to kill Saddam Hussein.
Through Rula, it's easier to connect with a therapist who specializes in you.
Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country.
Agency in the history of the United States to put some perspective on it.
All right, so it's non-existent social service. Right. So if you think about this, right? In Somalia, they don't have welfare. They don't have food stamps. They just let you die. So you get people, and this is a lot of countries. The countries are so destroyed that they don't, and they don't have what they need for people to live. So people come over here to get it for free, and I understand that. I would probably do the same thing. But if I started stealing shit, and if I got, if they were like, hey, you can stay alive and your family can stay alive and you can be well, but 88%, I think it is, 88% of all of the Somalians that are in America are on government assistance. Right? So that's what the thing is why aren't they working? Why aren't they starting businesses? Because it's so easy to just take from the government, and now we've run out of money. So it's like we don't even take care of our war fighters. We don't even take care of our veterans, and we're taking care of other people that are just tired of being poor. They're not, I mean, whether that's human nature or not. How many Somalians in America are on food stamps? Okay. So the unofficial data is 42.4% of Somalis receive benefits. Though that said that it wasn't that data wasn't correct. So let me say percentage of Somalians in America on government assistance. Okay, let's bring up the same thing, 42%. The number that came out yesterday was 88%. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But they generate 500 the Somalians that are here generate $500 million. Okay, sorry. So the number is 81%. 81.5% of the Somali population is unemployed in America. So they're not working, not doing it. They're just here getting free. So the thing is, they could not work in their own country, but whether you want it, the problem is people hear the word Somalian or whatever, insert anything, and they think it's against them as a people. It's not. It's against the people that are bad. Are not doing good. It's not because they were born in Somalia. It's because they're here making a bad name for themselves. And the good Somalians, the other 20% of Somalians that are working and doing good should be calling the cops and saying, hey, these people are stealing, these people are doing this or doing that. And they're not. And the governor of that state is letting it happen because he's getting rich off of it also. So when people aren't talented and they become politicians, they have no way to get rich in normal business. So they start letting stuff like this happen because this guy, Tim Walz, he wants to be rich. He wants to be rich like Trump, but he's not good at business. So he lets this bullshit happen so he can get rich while hurting other people. And that's a big problem. We have too many people that are suffering in America. Once that's taken care of, then start helping other countries. That should be normal, but it's not. You're not here, there, every corner of the flour and brown sugar. And me say, as any British person seeing Somali working here, I don't really mind. Right, yeah, right. If they're working, right. The problem is when they're not. And the thing is, I can't handle the responsibility. Just share me your. I don't have an I. Oh, I do have an IG. I do have an IG. The IG is 110th grade. I'll have to start using it. So there's the IG. Throwaway, I hope you're talking about me. It was a general question. Brother, right. I agree 100%, but the problem is that it should never have gotten this far where if I'm a scammer from America, from Maryland, and I start getting in trouble in Maryland, and then I move to Atlanta, and then I figure out a scam, and I'm like, oh, I can get $100 a day from the government with one social security number. Let me call up my scammer friends in Maryland and say, hey, come down here to Georgia, and each of you will get $100. Give me $10 of it, and then you keep 90. And that's the way the scam works. One person, and then so they save up enough money to fly more people from their country or their location back into the area where the scamming is good. And in Somalia, there are factors such as war with each other. People do not like living in places where explosions happen daily, right? I'm not a racist. I'm just saying I know more about Somalia than most. And I think that's with a lot of people. All right, Professor Adams. All right, let me think. It's not like a commercial real quick. All right, where was I at?
One contentious issue was hard to miss: immigration.
Is immigration good for America?
The federal government won't stop them at the border.
You spend $5.5 billion a year to support them.
There's a right way and there's a wrong way.
At the time, there were around 5 million undocumented immigrants.
So this was 4 years ago. This was made.
U.S.
Damn it.
And most Americans saw immigrants as a burden on the country, taking jobs, housing, and healthcare, and thought immigration as a whole should be decreased.
Our country is invaded by immigrants who are like cancer cells.
That same year, Republicans ran on a tough on immigration platform and took control of
And I want to say this real quick. I think there's a big problem with the word immigration and illegal immigration. People hear illegal immigration and they think that America doesn't want immigrants. And it's very easy to say, oh, you're racist, sexist, whatever. No, the thing is, we're not allowed to break the law and get stuff for free, but these people are, and it's what's felt of as unfair. So it causes resentment, and then resentment causes hate. And if the purpose is to stop hate, you got to stop resentment.
Congress. Democrats were pushed to adopt tough positions on immigration, too.
We are a nation of immigrants, but we are also a nation of laws.
Right.
In 1996, President Bill Clinton signed a major piece of legislation, the Illegal Immigration Reform and Immigrant Responsibility.
And so he was a Democrat. So just back in 1996, the Democrats were saying no more immigrants. Now it's the Republicans saying. And remember, Obama deported more people. The Democrat Obama deported more people than the Republican Trump. I mean, as of for right now.
Act, or IRA. Its goal was to decrease the number of undocumented immigrants. It did the opposite.
Right.
Before the 1990s, undocumented immigration into the U.S. looked very different.
Black-eyed peas,
it was usually temporary.
Good one.
People used to go back and forth across the border. They would go north and, for the harvest, and they would earn some money, and they would go back.
So let's talk about that real quick. The people that are illegal in America for 30 years, they don't want to be in America. They want to make money in America, then go back home. Because if you have $100,000 US dollars, you're rich in Mexico, and they know that. But you're not rich in America. So if you make $100,000 in America, then retire in Mexico, that you can live great for the rest of your life. And that's what they're doing. They're taking the money out of the country rather than recirculating it in the country. And if they wanted to be Americans, they would have gotten their citizenship. But I want people that have been here for 30 years. My buddy Hassan, the guy that I just did the water heater with the other day, his parents came over here legally, and his older brother is legal, and his younger sister is legal, but they never did his paperwork. So he got a speeding ticket, and this was 4 years ago. This was during Biden. He got arrested on an ICE retainer during the Biden administration. And he was in jail for 7 months getting that sorted out because he had to wait for the paperwork to go through. But he didn't even know he was illegal. He didn't even know. So it's so now you have these kids that don't know that they're illegal. He was born in Pakistan, I believe. Anyway, regardless.
Mexico.
And if they wanted to come live permanently in the U.S., there were a few legal channels, but not many. If they married an American citizen, they could get lawful status.
Right, it used to be
Or
scientific.
if maybe their brother was a citizen already, he could sponsor them. Or an employer could. And these could be done after they were already living in the U.S. undocumented. Before 1996, the threat of deportation was relatively low. People were
Right. And that's it. They knew it. They weighed the good against the bad. And the thing is, deportation... So you can come into America, make a bunch of money working or scam a bunch of money, put it into a bank account, then get deported, which means you're getting flown back to your original country for free, and you still have that money in your bank account. And it sounds like a pretty good idea to me. I'd probably would have done it when I was in my 20s. And I understand that. I used to love pottery, poetry. I love poetry. Okay, hold on. Where am I at? Where am I at? Okay, let's show this real quick. This is Clementine's drawing of Paul. Bam. Uh-oh. Looking good, Paul. Nicely done, frickin' Clem. I refuse to do. Yeah, do it then. Hey, absolutely. Screw eyes. That's what I say. Screw them. Screw the eyes. Like Chi only does one eye, and I agree. I would do the same thing. Like I knew this girl or guy actually. No, it was a girl. She was a girl. She hated doing nostrils because she couldn't get both of them to look right. It always made the nose look funny. So she just wouldn't draw nostrils. And she did lots of great art. Hey, there's me. Why does he look 6'8"? Oops. Why does he look 6'8"? No, I want derogatory pictures of me, only the tennis ball. Heck, that I am. Pottery and poetry and Jesus. I'm right there with you, my friend. Pottery, poetry, and Jesus. Same thing. And I took pottery. It was called pottery, ceramics class, and we made. Sorry. Discord link. I don't even know why it's not there. Copy. There you go. My bad. There you go. I get slow sometimes. The Clintons were crazy, dude. Because the canvas is slog. He got no eyes. Is the dude blind? No, it's good. It's good. Yeah. Screw the eyes. Okay, here we go. Let's go back to this.
Commonly deported for committing a crime. And it was mostly limited to major crimes like murder or trafficking.
Right.
But Ira, together with other 1996
So
laws,
if you see this, so you only got deported for murder, drug trafficking, firearms, or stealing over $100,000. So legally, according to the illegals, you could steal up to $100,000 and still be fined in America. Theft, child porn, racketeering, or fraud over $200,000. So you could steal up to $200,000 and not have a problem with it. But if you stole $500,000, who cared, right? Because then you're just gonna, if you could hide it in bank accounts, right? So this is why scammers were like, let's go to America.
drastically expanded deportable crimes to even minor infractions like shoplifting. It was also retroactive.
Yeah, he's almost as blind. No. Yeah.
Someone is caught stealing some albums from
Right. No, don't. Yeah, Darren, we all poke fun. It's all good. We're all good.
They wouldn't be deported. Over the next 20 years, they never commit another crime. But after 1996, they could be deported because of that old misdemeanor.
Right.
And not just if they were currently undocumented. This applied to immigrants with lawful status, too. And previously, an immigration judge could decide if the deportation should even take place. Now things were a little more automatic.
Right. Ignoring the fact that those deportations would be extremely harmful to U.S. citizen children or to spouses.
Deportations skyrocketed, and Ira created the framework for future laws that further expanded reasons people could be deported, especially after 9/11. But Ira also made another huge fundamental change.
There's a bunch of Harry Potters.
One of the aspects of the 1996 law that is particularly strict, and I think
that's
in many
funny.
respects.
I don't know why I've never thought of that.
The so-called 3 and 10 year bars.
Those 3 and 10 year bars made these legal pathways nearly impossible to obtain. They work like this. Anyone who's been undocumented in the U.S. for 6 months and wants to gain legal status first has to leave the country and be barred from returning for 3 years. If they've been undocumented for more than a year, they're barred for 10 years.
Right.
So if they want to get lawful status through a job, they first have to leave the U.S. for 10 years.
Right.
Or through their brother, leave for 10 years. or through their spouse, leave for 10 years.
It's family separation by another name. The bar.
Listen, it's not family separation. The family can go with them. This is one thing that I think so screwed up about propaganda. It's not family separation. That's like saying, here, we're taking your kid and you're going to your own country. That's not the way it is. Your child gets sent with you. You know, it's not family separation. It's like, the point is, there's the right way to do thing and the wrong way to do thing. I've been in jail before for doing the wrong thing. Apparently, you can't drink a lot and drive without your headlights on. Apparently. So, it's like I had to suffer the consequences, and I sure the hell didn't make $200,000 while doing it and get to keep it. You know, so do not drink a whole bottle of ice cream. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, the gluttonous lamb. For the 7th time.
Bars were intended to try to essentially create punishments that were so severe to deter people,
right,
from coming
right.
here.
So the same thing with the death sentence. They like, it used to be, if you killed somebody, you died, and then it became you killed somebody and you get 20 years. Now you get like 7, right? So and the crime numbers have gone up. So it's like, yes, do that. Do that, absolutely.
But as we've seen with many other deterrence-based policies, the
gluttonous lamb
is very different.
Gluton
Instead,
ass.
it incentivized people to stay in the U.S. undocumented. Before IRA, Mexican immigrants who came to the U.S. unlawfully were about 50% likely to return to Mexico within a year. But after 1996...
Right. So they were so they would come in illegally, they would make a bunch of money, and they would leave. Almost half of them. Now it's like almost none.
More people started staying in the U.S. There were around 5 million undocumented immigrants living at the U.S. before IRA. Today, it's at least double that.
Right.
And we are somehow surprised by this outcome. This is of our own doing.
Laws like IRA shaped the way the U.S. focuses on immigration enforcement as a deterrent. But really, it proved that stronger
I love truth, too. It's my favorite thing.
Enforcement doesn't actually stop undocumented immigration.
These laws or the politics of the 90s didn't really change the reasons why people come to the United States.
Right. So the thing is, the law change and the advertisement, the marketing of the law change, let other countries know how easy it was to get into America, because the reason they were shipping, and then most people think this won't happen to me. So they're like, oh, 9 million people are in America illegally. That means I can go in. Won't be a jerk. I'll keep my head below, under the radar.
Views on immigrants are very different than they were in the
gluttonous mutton
Most
vindaloo.
Americans now see them as a strength, not a burden. But the laws created here
A bit of noia.
haven't changed.
Requirements and standards that were created decades ago that aren't responsive to our needs as a nation. They certainly aren't responsive to the needs of immigrant populations.
The idea that if we only had more guns, if we only built a higher wall, that we'd solve all the problems. I think we learned from 96 that's not the way it works. It's not that simple.
I disagree with most of that. So the thing is there's these guys that I used to go to the bar, where I used to be at the bar that I used to go to all the time, and he wore a shirt that said deported, and he just can't, like, if you've got $1,000, you can get the bad people in Mexico to get you across the border, no problem. And the thing is, if you get caught, you just get sent back and you try again. And then you can make deals with these people saying, get me across the border and I'll owe you this money. And then when they make money, they just send it back to the bad people. So it's not hard. It's annoying. But think about the people that get the family separated when you go to jail. If you kill somebody and you go to jail, you're being separated from your family. I don't understand the diminishing aspect of the legal system. I don't understand why people pound slow. Herbert Voss.
All right, we did the 6 donuts at a time, and now we're going straight for the dozen. All right, baby. Oh my god, I did not think this through.
What else is new, man?
Can I do it without it?
Squash it.
Wow, my balancing skills. I cannot believe I'm doing this right now.
Mukbang. Look how
Am
skinny
I
her
okay
arms
right
are.
now?
Look how
What?
skinny her arms are.
Yeah. Okay. Am I okay right now?
No.
What compelled me to do this?
She's a
I
bit
have to do a giant
glutinous.
bite, bro.
That's
One
gluttony.
bite is gonna literally be eating like 2 donuts. Okay. I have
Right.
to hit it from top to bottom.
That's there you go. That's bottom to top, but okay. Okay, let's stop that. Jesus, that's probably 1,000 calories right there.
Sugar rush. Sugar rush. All right, we did the 6 donuts at a time.
Freaking crazy. Right. People do dumb things for money. Absolutely. Things that are injurious to them, like eating 12 freaking Krispy Kremes at once or crossing a border illegally. It's absolutely wackadoodle. Man, I'm hungry. Where did you throw this? He's definitely, dude, I tell you what, sugar is an amazing thing. 12 donuts at a time.
Despite the short notice, General Moseley wants to give the F-117s as
Sure,
much support as
sure,
possible,
yeah, I
and
agree,
orders 3
Garzal.
EA-6B
Right.
Prowlers from the carrier USS
No, yeah,
Constellation
yeah.
to jam enemy
So,
raid.
so a normal, if you were to make them at home, a normal donut with a normal amount of sugar on them, like just sprinkle some table sugar on it. Yeah, no problem, granulated sugar. But if you eat that glazed 100% around and made with all kinds of wackadoodle stuff and fried in all kind of wackadoodle, like, yeah, absolutely. What's the normal amount? Mine's 12.
While 2 F-16 CJ fighting
she wants her
Falcons
donut filled.
are diverted
Yeah.
from a patrol to shadow the stealth aircraft and destroy any SAM sites. The strike will be followed by approximately 40 Tomahawk cruise missiles from US Navy battle groups in the Persian Gulf and a
One
submarine in
donut
the
is
Red
like 10
Sea,
grams of sugar at most.
and AGM-86
10? Let's see. 10 grams? Probably. That's a lot. I mean, I don't think it's 10. 10's a lot. We'll see. Nutrition facts: Krispy Kreme glazed donut. 10 grams of sugar. There you go. Exactly. Ten grams. Okay, but look, 10 grams of sugar with 9 grams of added sugar. So they add an additional, from having 1 gram of sugar, they add an additional 9. Therein lies the issue. 10 times 12, right? That's only 120 grams of sugar. 9 grams of added sugar, right? I get sick after 1 donut. If you aren't eating like a glutton, no, absolutely right, exactly, right. If you were to eat 1 a day, that would be fine. 1 every couple, yeah. 10 plus 9 times 12. I think I'm doing the math correctly. So 90 times 12 is 900, is 1,080. Unless you have some kind of condition. Yeah, right. Yeah, 1,080. Did I do that right? No. Hold on. No, I did that wrong. 10 times 12 is 120. So that means 12 was 120. No, yeah, hold on, I'm wrong. 3 times 3 is 9. 9. 1,080 grams of sugar. No, I'm wrong about that. 19 times 10 is 190. I was wrong. It's not 1,000. No. That would be 100. I was off by 1 order of magnitude. She probably would have to brush her teeth all the time while the plaque would build up, make her breath smell like heck. Yeah, 228. There you go. 19 times 12 is 228. Yeah, 12 times 12 is 144. Right. Yeah. What'd you ask for? Oh, sorry, had to ask again. What did I miss? Oh, what's your IG? Oh, no, it's here. I don't even know if I freaking. Let me see. I don't even think I have an Instagram app on my phone. No, I don't even have it on my phone. I'm installing it right now. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 10 minus 1 divided by 4 plus 5. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Oh, great. Here I go. Save your login info. Not now. Save. Sure, save it. All right, let me change it. Oh, wow, I got messages and shit. Oh, shit. Is that you? Okay, Darren. I got Darren Jura. How do I make you my friend? Or where's my followers following? New Music Friday, bam. Add another home. Where's freaking what's it called? There you go. That's you. Hey, Pale. Okay, that's somebody else. All right. Oops. All right. Yeah, it's 110th grade. What am I missing? I lonk you too. All right, you follow and DM me. Okay, where do I find DMs? Shit. Notifications. Digital creator. Okay, I followed you back, brother. Okay, so last sentence, reach for the sky, follow. All right. All right, I got you. Now unmoderate me. That's so funny. Remove. Okay, all right. All right. All right. Hey, brother. All right, all right. Now I'm an Instagrammer, if that's the term. I can't handle the responsibility. Chi. Oh, well, you can absolutely. Who wants to challenge throwaway in chess now? Yeah, let's say. What's the RDA for sugar? And I don't believe the RDAs at all for most thing. 50 grams, it says. 12 teaspoons. Wow. That's one Coca-Cola, I think. Yeah. All right, all right, all right, all right. Where was I? I've been told it's around 35 grams for men and 26 for women. I mean, that sounds about right. Yeah, this freaking. There is no RDA for sugar, it says, but guidelines say less than 10% of your daily calories. That's crazy to me. I mean, I eat way more than that. Yeah. This says here it says 36 and 25, so you're right around there. I mean, but like I said, that's I have a craving for ketchup chips. Wow. Ketchup chips. I've had them before. I want to say Utz. I can't I think it was Utz. Utz ketchup chips. Yeah. Yeah, no, it wasn't Utz, it was hers. That's right. It was hers. Definitely. I absolutely remember that. And Lay's, so yeah, Utz doesn't seem to have them, but Lay's got them. Definitely had Lay's, definitely had hers. I definitely remember hers. I think they were the first ones I've had. It's important to know that this refers to added sugars specifically because right. So there you go. The fiber will come. So it's the other things that are in the fruit that allows it to not be an issue. It's just added sugars, and that's like brown sugar. The molasses, the fiber and stuff in the molasses, the added nutrients in the molasses help move it through. White sugar is processed, so they remove the molasses. Brown sugar still has the molasses. Light brown sugar has a little bit of the molasses left. and look, the ingredients are in French. Das sodium ist unten color. Lightly salted. I'm a big fan of that. Once fried, give me flax powder instead of brown. Lay's salted. Yeah. I'm guessing you're talking about lightly salted. Just like I like regular freaking run of the mill. Probably less than that. Probably more air, I would suspect. And actually, they put nitrogen in there because air would cause them to rot quicker. Yeah, Ruffles, they're pretty good too. I'm not the biggest fan. If I only get Ruffles when I want like chip dip. You like the Red Hots? Yeah, I'm a wuss. I'm a wuss girl. Oh, Vitali, he's in jail now.
What is this?
The new refresher. It's our brand new drink that just
Is
came
it
out.
pussy juice?
No, it's about, let's put it this way, it has 60 milligrams
Or
in
vodka or no?
it. It is coffee.
Vodka? Vodka?
Vodka?
Thank
Vodka?
I'm drinking pussy juice in Starbucks. It's red, peel blood. So $100,000 we're talking about here.
No one even gave a shit at first. This guy's laughing at him.
He's controlling me. He got me.
You got me. I can't watch this shit, dude. It's so embarrassing. Okay, well let's look at this stuff. I get secondhand embarrassment. Vitality's prison sentence. So these are immigration violations. So going to talk about the in America, but all the other countries in the world don't let people come in willy-nilly. So he's facing jail in the Philippines for not following immigration. He came into the Philippines saying he was going to visit, and then he overstayed. Just skip the 1 minute and 27 seconds. Okay. Oh, shit.
For her? For you? Your life, your choice. 60 seconds. Yes, transactions completed. Yes, transactions completed. The guy who's listening with the headphones, he's right here. Yes. Give it to him. This is yours. This is yours. Take it. You have 60 seconds. Take it. Take it. They're watching me. Take it, take it.
Bro, it's not mine.
Take it, bro. No, bro, take it, bro. Run, take it.
Yo.
You should run. Run, run. They're looking at us.
That's so rude.
Your life, your choice. 60 seconds. Thank you.
Yeah, fuck this guy, dude. That shit's so crazy. And the thing is how in the this is 12 years ago. 118 million views. It's so crazy that like if you look at his rap sheet, he's been arrested so many times and he keeps getting away with stuff, and it's finally catching up to him now. But the like, do you understand the stress he's putting on people? That's so crazy.
Oh my goodness. What are you, the Treasury Department?
Transactions completed.
Transactions completed. Stop resisting. Stop resisting, Jorge. Philippines, I got arrested for just drinking a beer in Manila. M16s. Wow. 1,000 pesos to USD. It's $55. Wow. I'm not a recidivist. Oh, dude. Did I miss it? Oh, I didn't see it. All right, hold on. Where am I at? Bro, brother, I don't see it, my friend. Where's it at? Yeah, I scrolled all the way back to the laundry conversation. That's about a throwaway comment. Okay. There you go. Okay. All right, where am I? What up, Novair? Well, jeez. It feels this is how it feels when Mrs. Lamb asks a question that's ignored by everybody. What question did you ask? Hold on, let me see. Hey, I'm sassy, equine, and saucy. Was that the one? Tumbleweeds. I'm back and I've finally passed my Arabic exam. Congratulations, brother. Congratulations, Novair. Arabic exam. Let's see what it looks like. Holy crap. There you go. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. What question did you ask? The only question I see is, did I get ignored? Let me see. Hey, am I sassy, equine, and saucy? Isn't equine horse? Equine. Not blind. Equine. Yeah, relating to or affecting horses. That's what I thought. It's almost like another language. Yeah, it's almost. I remember that, but we had more. I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. I passed barely, but still better than failing. Okay.
No. No. No.
Let me go this way. Split. Oops. Okay, there we go. Oops.
Help me. Help me.
Jesus. That's so fucked up. This was 10 years ago. So I'm guessing it was longer ago when it was done, because this looks like it was uploaded by somebody else, Pranks TV. Yeah, I'd run too. He lies. Why are all the cars white? Oh, there's a black one in the back. For real. This was the killer clown. Yeah, you gotta love it.
We got Baileys, creamy, and everything we need. I'll get you another Baileys.
I'm fine. Thanks.
I do watercolors.
Do you?
Let me show you something. I call that one Old Greg.
Dude, imagine going to buy some food. Yeah, dude, absolutely. This is the only scenario where I'd run as fast as I could.
I did it in that one. I call that one Old Greg.
What is this from? Oh, Old Greg. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that would be a very interesting thing. But the thing is, you wouldn't do that in Georgia. Absolutely not. You would not play those pranks in Georgia. You would get 3 to the chest very quickly. You wouldn't have. Tiara correction is not working today. Now in school soccer team. Oh, good, brother. I have Boret's. You're Old Greg? No, that's crazy. You act like Old Greg?
And this one, do you know what I call that one?
Oh, shoot. Yeah. You would have to be in a. You would have to be in a northern state. Absolutely not. Yeah, if somebody started chasing me with a chainsaw, it would be done. Peace out, bro. The young Novair. Oh, hold on. Hold on. USA versus Russian. One piece. Some vodka. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? My next door neighbors were Russian, like right off the boat, straight up Russian. Like the husband, Fedor, he spoke English pretty well, but his wife, into her 80s, she spoke very broken English, and one of the first things she set up when she moved in here was a pot still, like a desktop still, not a big ass pot still, and she would take grapes and then turn that into moonshine. So not fermenting grapes into wine, but distilling the made grapes and sugar into straight moonshine. And so then, of course, I've got some. The only way I could drink that stuff is if I mix it with a heck ton of Gatorade, because you'll be so hungover the next day, so dehydrated. Like I used like let's say a fifth of a bottle of Gatorade with moonshine in the rest. So I'd take a big slug out of the Gatorade, then I would fill it back up, shake it up. That's the only way I could drink it, because I would be so hungover the next day. Yeah, he absolutely bypasses his autocorrect in astronomically impossible ways. Is that a simple way of saying autocorrect and cannot understand him? It's hard to say. Das Vandanada. Oh, that's a grape. Just tapping random letters and hope for the best. That's what it seems like. There you around here, boy. Let Mrs. Layer quality your audience as quick as me. Okay, what is this? This is from the Mighty Boosh. Let me just make sure I can freaking play this shit. The Mighty Boosh copyright. I probably can't. It's predicting, covering the characters. Wow, you can't even use the characters. Can't use storylines, music, visual style. Hold on. Okay, with specific usage under Creative Commons for fan sites or fair use commentary, but okay. Okay, all right. Okay, looks like I can, because it allows for fair use, which is this. All right, cool. You're Ryan. Why is it white? Because he's an alien. We need to find Mr. Breakfast Lamb ancestors so they can translate. Yeah. I have to disagree. I mean, I have to agree that I don't think they'd be able to translate either.
Tuesday, my cousin was riding here on the pier.
Oh, shoot.
Fucking wiped out on the bike.
Oh, no.
Split his head open.
Oh, Christ.
It gets worse.
It gets worse.
Both of his ankles run over by a Prius. And now they're saying that he's never going to walk again.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, brother.
It's all right.
Oh, my God.
He had bleeding on the brain.
Oh, shit.
And when the paramedics got there, the one guy told me, he said it looked like an egg cracked. And the yolk was...
Ah, Jesus Chrysler. All right, see you later, Novair. Or who's leaving? But I missed.
What the helmet I said?
Yeah.
All right, Thoreau's leaving. Okay, all right, brother. I'm out here too. Yeah. I'm going for 2 more minutes. It's 2:30. I'm gonna take a break till 4:30, and then I'll be back on.
Man, that's just. Oh,
I want to see the reaction though. I overstand, as the Jamaican say. Why are you ashamed of that?
Dude, It was.
Christ.
She has this one kid, Ippolito, I think his name was, little Mexican kid, and she's teaching him how to cook and bake so he can be on his own.
Isn't that nice?
It is. Wait to hear this. Not so nice. He attacked my sister with the mixer.
What the fuck do you? Where? These people, man, you gotta stay clear of these guys.
Bro,
You gotta stay clear of these
out
guys.
of nowhere, he has just like a freak out. She's teaching him, now she's blind. All of a sudden, she feels something rip her
I
head.
can't watch this shit, dude. I get third-hand embarrassment. I used to love Bassmaster, dude. He was great. This was 7 months ago. He says, "Are you still doing it?" Dude, do you remember? Do you remember the car one where he was like, well, yeah, I got dented the car, but took out good paint. Yeah, dude, he was great. I'm smoking a dry noodle, better than a horrible avalanche. I below stand. Is that beneath me? I stand below you. All right, everybody. I appreciate y'all being out here. I'll be back in about 2 hours. We'll see. I gotta get a little bit of stuff done. All right, I love you guys. I'll see y'all when I get back. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye.